truth is treated like a crime. Living honest in a world that forces you to toe the line. They twist the words, they sell the fear. They keep the masses blind. But deep inside the fire's growing, and it's burning through my mind. Purple flame is rising up, no more bending to their game. Anger turns into rebellion, and the rebellion calls my name. Sick of the poison, sick of the chains they wrap around our souls. We've carried this weight too long, now we're ready to let it go. We're coming to life, turning the tide in this crusade for truth. We're coming to life, Chuppies rise together, armed to the teeth with proof. They attack the pack, try to bury what is real, but they're in the vendor now, and they're gonna feel the steel. We're alive tonight. The sword of the word cuts through the dark lies of being snuffed out. Truth rises up, no more hiding. Hear the righteous shout, alive, alive. God is on our side. They thought they could break us, but the hope inside is louder. We're alive, turning the tide in this crusade for truth. We're alive, exposing the lies that corrupt the youth. We're alive We turn the tide. We're alive. Truth survives.
Hello, everybody. I don't know what the heck Stream Elements is talking about. I'm not playing Destiny right now. I guess that was from the last time I played. So we'll just feel free to ignore that. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch is so weird. It like every time I what's it called? Every time I start streaming on Rumble, you can like check off the services that you want to stream to. And so every time I just have them all turned on, obviously, because I'm streaming to all of them. But Twitch likes to have you turn it off and then turn it back on for some reason. I don't really know why. I was watching Teddy Grizz's stream the other day, and I'm pretty sure he said it does the same thing for him, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. Everything just likes being temperamental, if you will. I feel very encouraged when I watch larger creators and they have scuff streams or technical difficulties, and I'm like, okay, I don't feel that bad. I'll just try to make the content good, and hopefully they can look past the scuff. So anyhow, it's a happy Monday now that I'm here with you guys, trying out a new schedule. I'm going to try out Monday and Wednesday? Is that what I even put in my schedule? I don't even know. Yesterday was busy. Monday and Wednesdays for stream days. Thank you for the channel follow, Jax of Spades, and thank you for the head pats, Rala. I was also going to add some more redeems yesterday, and I have a list, but instead of adding the redeems, I had to do some lesson planning, and I also had to do a stream schedule, so that is in the works. Some fun redeems, and I need to download the software for the bonks, so hopefully all of that is coming soon. Also, if you're somebody that is new to the channel, shut the fuck up, Rala. It's Saturday and Sunday. You weren't supposed to notice that, okay? I copy and pasted in Canva, and so we have 2 Saturdays this week, so great for us. I will be fixing the stream schedule that has the little mistake, okay? Because I guess Rala is the official editor / secretary of the Venden and can look through all of my typos. But so what was I saying? Just I guess about streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm gonna try it out as long as I can keep it together with my voice and everything, and we'll have it be like a fun, chill, watch some videos. Who started a gift sub or train? Oh my goodness, you guys overwhelm me with your generosity. Thank you, Ace of Spades, Drax of Spades. I call it both. Thank you so much for all the gifted subs. That is so kind. It warms my wolfy heart, okay? Thank you. Hello, Zarg Blarg. I know your full name, but I'm not saying it right now. Hello, Ven. How's it going? It's going great now that I'm here with you guys. But I'm also eating what's it called? It's like a cough drop, but it's in the form of a lollipop. To try to, I don't know, I guess it probably doesn't make any sense. That's going to help my voice. But if you hear lip smacking, that's what it is, okay? Oh no. You ever eat like a lollipop and it gets stuck between your teeth? Like behind your upper teeth? That literally almost just happened to me. What the heck? Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna watch some reacts today, and then like talk about the news and whatever yahoo, and then on Wednesday probably try to find a funny video or 2 and maybe play some more Destiny and try to get my shader and level up and all that on Wednesday. And then on Friday, we're playing more Pal World with Q&A and Elias. So that'll be a super fun time. And then Saturday will be stream as usual. So yeah, we're trying to go full time. We're trying to go full time as fast as possible, people. Okay, but I'll leave it possible for now for the streams, and then for Mondays and Wednesdays. And once I lock them in, if it's working, then I'll get rid of the possible stream. What's it called? Disclaimer, if you will. Don't worry about the full name. If I ever make a new account, I will likely go for something simpler given how difficult it seems for most people to say the full name. Okay, I'll call you Zarg Blarg right now. I like that your name has a little rhyme in it. I'm a secretary. Oh no, I'm going to be sexually harassed. Oh, okay. W Jax, yes. Thank you, Jax, for the hype train and all the gifted subs. It was so kind. Okay. Oh, I remember what it was. I was going to say, if you're somebody who is new to being like a channel member or a patron, I always want to say a Patreon, but it's a patron that subscribes on Patreon. Anyhow, we have some new channel members as of the other day, and a patron that I saw in my email just now. If you are becoming a member or a patron or whatever, and then I add you to the list at the end of my videos, I'm going to be doing that once a month. I need like a new system because it's been a little bit disorganized. And so I'll be making a spreadsheet and adding you at the renewal of the month. So don't worry if you don't see your name. We'll be there very soon, okay? Okay. Anyhow, we're going to switch. And I forget who sent this, so I apologize because some kind fellow sent it in the Discord for, for me to react to, and I thought, ooh, this would be totally interesting and something that I have heard about before but haven't like deep dived into. You know, we love our deep dives here, our Wolfie deep dives in the Venatrix world. And so anyhow, we're gonna watch that. It's on the evil history of baby formula, I guess. We've watched a video from Evil Food Supply before, and I really like their channel on YouTube, so we're gonna take a listen to that, and then have a few other things. We're gonna talk about that woman that murdered her kids that people are trying to, like, WAHMEN daily check-in for the absolute state of WAHMEN in the world and their copium. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about another video I think I had. I forget. Who even knows? I put it all together yesterday. It'll be good stuff, but we'll go through it live. We're doing it live, people. Okay, Murtov. Sorry, I say your name wrong. Murtov, another blessing from the Ven. Oh, I like the Ven. That makes me feel like it's a title. The Ven. Very cool. Will it be informative or just stuffed? We don't know, but we do know it'll be fun. Exactly. Just scuffed, I think you meant to say, right? I might have didn't mean to put words in your mouth there. Okay. Also, my cough drop lollipop is purple, so that's so fitting for the occasion. I think it's like elderberry. I don't know. Some health food, something or another. You know how I do. Okay. Without further ado, let me switch over my taberinos and where is it? Okay. I'm finding it. Ooh la la. It's called The Evil History of Baby Formula. If you haven't checked out Evil Food Supply, then go check them out. Their videos are very interesting. I think we watched one about natural flavors, and also I just order more electrolytes with natural flavors because so many things have natural flavors in them, but I'm a little bit sassy about the natural flavors. We watched that, I think, shortly after I came back to streaming. But like I said, I forget who sent it in either videos for me to see or stream suggestions or something. But we're going to listen to this one right now. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Where's my own self? Oh, there I am. Okay, I'm scooting my boot over here. Okay, I'll move this down. There we go. All animations are made by humans. I guess that's their anti-AI disclaimer. Although I do know some channels are getting like hit with AI things like strikes or I don't know, getting their stuff taken out for AI. But it's weird to me because I feel like there's channels that just exist on AI. Like, aren't there channels where it's literally just AI voices and videos and like sound effects and stuff? Like, I'm thinking stuff you would put on like in the background, you know, like music or scenery that are made by AI, and those seem to be doing fine. So anyway, pandering. WAHMEN, like when you make the mock crying sound. Wah, wah. Yeah, like, have you guys seen the Zoran Mamdani and Miss Rachel, and they're singing Wheels on the Bus? And it's so funny. Somebody cut their clip of when they were like in a school singing Wheels on the Bus as a publicity stunt, basically, and they put it over like the rent prices in New York. So it's like the rent prices in New York are over 9,000 or whatever, and then it's Mamdani and Miss Rachel like wah, 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 wah. It's very funny. Okay, then exposing big formula. Yeah, I mean, you have to think, like, if protein powder has a bunch of heavy metals and like questionable things in it, like all of our food sometimes ends up with weird things in it, even if it's the best intentions. Like, I remember, I think a year or two ago, if you've ever had the Chomps brand beef sticks, they had to do a recall because there was pieces of metal, like scrap, what do you call it? Is it shrapnel? No, I don't know what it's called. But like scraps of metal in their beef sticks that people were chomping down on. So, yeah, I probably would be very leery of wanting to give highly processed food to the most, what would you say, most sensitive, most vulnerable population of our society, which is newborns. So yeah, we're going to take a look into the evil history of baby formula. Also convenient that baby formula totally messes up the whole breastfeeding ecosystem. Did you know, I found out about this recently, if a woman gives birth like naturally, something that can happen, right? Like, it's a really scary thing, is women can it's called, what's it called? It's when she won't stop bleeding. There's a word for it. This is my 4 o'clock school day brain. There's a word for it when she can like bleed out because basically if she doesn't clot correctly. You guys know the word I'm talking about. I can't think of it. But anyhow, I was reading something, or maybe I was watching something that was saying something that they do in hospitals that's kind of like bad is when a woman has a baby, they take the baby away right away and like do tests on it, but you're missing the window of the baby going right onto the mother's chest to breastfeed, which helps release oxytocin, which helps the uterus contract, which keeps the woman from having the same, from like, it helps with the risk of her potentially bleeding out. What is the word for that? Why can't I think of what the fucking word is? I want to say hyperventilate. That is not the word for what I'm talking about. Tainted Kane, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Dark Angel, thank you for being here. Arbitel, hello. Godzilla Dude, hello. Guys, I can't think of the word. Hemophilia. No, I'm going to look it up. There's a word for it. What's it called when a woman can bleed out? Oh my gosh, Godzilla Dude, thank you for the gifted subs. You guys are literally the best community ever. Like, don't tell anybody, okay? But like, you guys are the best Discord, the best chatters. Like, every time I come to stream, it just makes me want to stream even more, okay? I'm getting addicted to streaming. This is a great thing. Thank you so much for your generosity and for all the gifted subs, Godzilla Dude. I think you gifted subs last stream too. You are such a G. Thank you. Okay. What is it called when a woman can bleed out after birth? Based gift chat. Thank you, Godzilla Dude and Ace, keeping me subbed. And just channel building. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's called hemorrhaging. That's what it's called. Hemorrhaging. So. Anyhow, you almost just choked on my own spit because I got too excited to figure out the word that I was trying to think of. Yeah, exactly. But anyhow, when the baby is put on the mother's breast and starts breastfeeding, apparently it reduces the risk of hemorrhaging because it releases oxytocin, which signals to the uterus to like contract or whatever it needs to do so that, you know, she doesn't bleed too much or whatever it is that can be really threatening to her life. So anyhow, we just love messing up natural things here. In the fallen human world. And so that's made me really interested about like this video with the baby formula and how like, oh, okay, well, how does that actually interact with the health of the mother, with the health of the baby? How does that interact with the woman going back to work? How does that interact with long-term effects of babies growing up, becoming kids and adults, and like what their food preferences are, and if they know how much to eat and regulate their appetite, because breastfeeding is like on demand, and so the baby is able to like stop when they're full, get more when they're hungry. The breast milk adjusts based on fat content and protein. Like, it's actually crazy. I don't really know like a little bit about this, but apparently there's a whole world, a plethora of information. So let's go ahead and watch this video, and I'll stop yapping for now. Although, you know, I'll keep yapping because that's just who we are around here. Okay, anyhow, let's go.
Infant being hospitalized after consuming Abbott nutrition formula and the side effects these babies are going through.
Also, literally 2 seconds in, I've heard things about like babies who have had formula getting like having tooth problems later. And also, you know, there's something called bottle rot when like babies are left with bottles in their mouth of like sugary formula, like just from the milk or whatever is in it, that causes their teeth to rot out before they've even lost their baby teeth. There's a whole world of deep underground information here, people. Okay. Anyhow.
Their infant being hospitalized after consuming Abbott nutrition formula and the side effects these babies are going through.
It's such a tragedy that that's the case, and I think you're right. You said it's bad, it's toxic.
It's garbage. It's literal garbage.
Hello, Lynn.
So, you're Nestle in the late 1800s, and you make milk products. Condensed milk, powdered milk, evaporated milk. And you made a pretty good living. But canned and powdered milk can only take a money-hungry company like you so far. Because, remember, this was the late 1800s, and a lot of people were still drinking things like farm fresh milk.
How dare they?
And babies were still drinking
I bet it was
breast
raw.
milk. Gross. And as the biggest milk byproduct company, breast milk was technically your competition. It was the last market that you just hadn't been able to break into. The market of babies. You would be crazy to not try to replace it with your cheap canned powdered milk products, which are way lower in nutrients, but that's not
And then women can go back to work faster after having a baby.
your problem. You're just here to
Hello, Essence Thief. Hello.
sell milk. And so, you put together a recipe for a breast milk substitute called Lactogen. This milk was especially formulated to be just as good and even identical to mother's
Well, we know
milk.
that's not going to be
But
the
you didn't
case.
stop there. You made more formulas from ingredients like soy protein isolate and corn maltodextrin. Because
Ew.
that should be what babies eat instead of perfectly formulated breast milk. And because mothers didn't know better to look past your marketing, they bought into it and your profits exploded.
Oh, you know what else I've heard before? Women will say like, oh, my milk didn't come in. Like they weren't able to breastfeed because like the baby just didn't want it, blah, blah, blah. You know what messes that up? When the hospital gives the baby formula straight out the womb and like confuses the baby and messes up the whole feedback cycle of how much milk the woman should produce. Just saying, everything is fucked.
And babies would chug this for decades, from generation to generation, all the way until today, where 1 in 4 babies
Not to mention all the immunity benefits of mother's breast milk. Yeah.
are only fed formula. And we're faced with this.
By the way, I'm pretty sure the recommendation, even from like the scientists, is that women breastfeed for 6 months. I'm pretty sure a year plus is what's actually best for the health of the baby. But the thing is, if breastfeeding is on demand, you have to think about how the breastfeeding supply is going to get messed up when a woman goes back to work, because who the heck stays out of work for that long after having a baby? Most normal people can't, unless they're already rich enough to do that. So then you have to think, okay, they're pumping, but their pumping is not actually what the baby is like getting on demand or wanting at that moment. So their body is getting messed up on what it's producing, and then they have to like pump at work and like leave the formula like in the fridge, and it has to get reheated, or not the formula, the breast milk, and then they have to put it in bottles that have a different dispense speed than what the breast milk actually does. So like this is all fucked. Okay, this is why women should primarily be focused on being mothers. Sorry, come for me, feminists.
An update on the baby formula recall. It's been expanded today after a second baby has died.
Baby formula is an atrocity, and yet it's what many of our future generations are raised on. Welcome to Evil Food Supply, and this
Where the
is
food
that
supply is evil. Same thing with the avocado oil. That's my main issue right now, okay? Yeah-oh.
A dream come true after all the months of waiting. Your baby, all yours. So tiny, so helpless, so dependent on you. Naturally, you want the best for your baby. Your own doctor can tell you there is no better, safer choice than PET evaporated milk. More babies are being raised on PET milk formulas than on any other
Probably not a great name. Pet milk?
brand.
So, it's the mid-1700s, and every baby on the planet is breastfed. If a mother
And furthermore, somebody said, we just struggled and she stayed home. Yeah, well, it's really hard to make it work on one income in this economy now that it's been halved by women entering the workforce in the numbers that they did and staying in the workforce past any type of, need during World War II. Then on top of that, we have all of the illegal immigrants and all of the H-1B labor and all of the offshoring of labor and all of that, which has undermined our wages and value as workers for men to be breadwinners of their households. The women don't want to be mothers, so they don't breastfeed either. Yeah, well, there's this whole upside down thing, and it's actually crazy. I remember this growing up, and I'm sure a lot of other women do. There's like this idea, and this is so insane to me. There's this idea that like having babies ruins a woman's body. And so women are like, feminists are like, I don't want to have to like do that to my body. Like, I want to preserve my whatever. And it's like, you do realize that you're going to like get old, right? Like, you do realize you're going to like get old and like be wrinkly and like be 90 one day and die. Like, okay, so number one, like, what are you like so fighting like so hard to preserve? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just such like material worship, if you will. Number two, there's plenty of mothers who have babies and take good care of their bodies and look great, if not better, after birthing children. Okay, not that it's not hard on the female biology, but you know what probably makes it even harder would be going against God's design of these very intricate systems of things we don't even fully fucking understand how they work. For example, women, you know, will have like, they want to lose weight after having a baby, which I have to tell you, I think a lot of women just use getting pregnant as an excuse to get fat, to be honest, or maybe they were already, because we see it, like, we know that women are very overweight in the US to begin with, but then they blame that on pregnancy, okay? And then they want to lose weight after having a baby. But like, breastfeeding burns a ton of calories, and I'm pretty sure if you're doing that and you have all of these biological systems in the correct ordering, like I said, of God's great design of the female body, then you're going to be more likely able to bounce back. But no, like, why don't you have a C-section, have yourself cut open unnecessarily? Why don't you have the baby carted off right away? Why don't you give them the formula that has all sorts of shit in it and doesn't actually regulate to the baby's appetite? Why don't you run back to work? Like, why don't you do every single thing opposite of your design so you can behave like you're a small man when you're not? So, just saying. End rant.
Couldn't feed
Boobies are magical. I'll end it there.
her baby breast milk. She would find another woman to do it for her.
Oh, I did want to say, obviously there's like a caveat, which would be like, if a woman actually can't breastfeed, then fine, maybe she'd want to find a real, what's it called? A good quality formula or whatever. Or I don't even know if, you know, somebody could make their own, or wet nurse. Yeah. But let's be honest, that's probably a rarity, for the women who use formula. Just saying. What a first time chat. Yeah. Just entering in here with boobies are magical. Welcome, Moose Papa Dragon. Go big or home, go home, I say.
These were called wet nurses. Kind of a weird name, but it was a huge thing. Wet nurses would feed babies breast milk in their homes.
Oh, yeah.
And then return them to their mother when they're done. But
guys, why does my stupid updated thing say I think I'm addicted to this game? That is not supposed to be the title of the stream. What in the hecking heck is going on? People are going to think I'm playing Destiny and they're going to tune in and be like, boobies are magical? What the fuck is happening here? Okay, hang on. Let's change it. Instead, keep my current title. My current title was something different. You hacker? Okay, anyhow.
Not everyone could afford their very own wet nurse. So, for everyone else, there was raw goat milk, sheep milk, cow's milk, and...
Oh, and now they're like, all of the fear-mongering, like, don't you dare ever give a baby, like, milk.
Donkey milk.
Have you ever seen any of the women TikToks about how they gained weight after marriage and birth, then a few years later the post-divorce glow up where they suddenly lose 50 pounds after a divorce? Yeah, because women have bad character. Like I said before in the Discord, women, you have to understand, okay, and this is coming from a woman. We don't, generally, disclaimer speaking, we don't like have a motivation to be charactered for the sake of character itself, generally speaking. Like, we have to want to become charactered because it feels good to us, if you get what I mean. Like, you have to motivate a woman's feelings to make her want to act correctly. To be fair, people in general have bad character, yes, but I'm saying women are definitely worse on average. Yeah, exactly. I'm saying women are worse on average. So why does that happen? Why do women let themselves go? Because they marry and they disrespect their husbands, because they grow up in a feminist culture of degrading men and hating on the patriarchy, and they they resent their husbands, they resent their children because of all this bullshit that they're fed and how they view the world, and then they make decisions like maybe to not watch what they're eating during pregnancy, and they gain a bunch of weight and they stop caring and all of that, and so yeah, no shit, they end up like that, and then they go on a divorce, and I guess they become sexually motivated again to try to get the best hookups they can get, so then they suddenly drop a bunch of weight until they abuse the next guy and disrespect him the same way. They need husbands to step up into leadership role. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, women, I do feel like men need to demand that women respect them, and that's something that can, like, in our culture is even thought as like abusive or like emotionally abusive if a man is like, no, you need to respect me. Like, that's like, oh, that's so old fashioned, whatever. But women will only rise to what they can't get away with, I guess you would say. Some of it is feminized men too, who try to create egalitarian relationship. Yeah, well, I think men have been really propagandized too into the feminist culture, and it only takes men like seeing in the real world, like, oh shit, it doesn't work that way in the real world. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. They got their man and wallet, don't need to take care of themselves anymore, I guess. Speaking of horrible women, who on here has heard of Lindsay Clancy? We're gonna read something about that, actually. I have some tweets on Lindsay that we're gonna go over. 80% of guys I've met in church over 30 are very obese. I think obesity is a gender neutral sin right now. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that that women are more overweight than men are. What's up? I was gonna say, what's the average weight of an adult male in the U.S. right now? I don't know why I said that. At this exact moment in 2026. Let's see. The average height is 5'9", and the average weight for 20 to 29-year-old is 185 pounds. For 30 to 39 is 200. Okay, for 5'9", that's kind of a lot. Right? Yeah, I feel like for 5'9", that's kind of a lot. And I mean, unless he's literally just made of straight up muscle. Hello, Bupela. Hello. What? We'll look at I was gonna say BPM, but that's not what I'm talking about. We'll look at BMI. What's the average weight of adult women in the U.S. in 2026? I'm not dragging the screen, so you just have to trust me on the full answer, okay? Thank you for that, Pat Snark Monkey. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm missing Rumble chats again. I'm being a bad VTuber girl. The average height for women in the U.S. is about 5'3.5". Oh, I thought it was 5'4". And the average weight is 170 pounds, which is quite a lot for that height. What's the average BMI for adult men versus adult women in the U.S. in 2026? And I know women like can have a little bit more fat than men because of like baby making and all of that. But okay, it looks like it's pretty equal on BMI. For men, it says 29 point, you guys can't see it. I'll drag it. It's okay. 29.4, 29.5. For women, it says 29.8. So I guess everybody is a little bit chunky monkey. But no, I feel like maybe I'm basing this on like seeing people. Like I feel like oftentimes when I'm out, and maybe that's skewed because I feel like I'm seeing men that are thinner and they oftentimes have an overweight woman. I don't know. I guess I'm basing it on that. So we'll leave it there. Touche. BMI is a pretty shit metric for what is overweight, to be fair. Is it? I feel like I have heard mixed things on that. Like I've heard, like lefties kind of like shitting on BMI because for them, like they don't even think weight matters or a number doesn't exist. But on the other hand, I've heard of BMI sometimes being not a great indicator because it doesn't account for like an athletic build and muscle. And so it can say like somebody's overweight, but they actually just have a lot of muscle on them. That's as far as I understand. I don't know. I know 5'9" is average because I'm 5'9". We're all winning, chat puppies. I love asking Gork shit now. Helps me calculate stupid shit all the time or help me find TTRPG rule stuff. Yeah, exactly, Rala. Come to the Gork side. That's right. It's depressing that most reasonable women I've seen online are racist and the Hitler fans. Hey, I'm not racist or a Hitler fan, so I think I consider myself pretty reasonable. I try to walk the line, okay? But I agree with you. That's actually like very, very common. The average height for women dropped because a bunch of Latina short queens moved in. That's funny. She often isn't overweight when he marries her. Yeah, well, that's what we were just talking about. So they are approaching round blueberry shape then, or they had some rotund stomachs and some fat on their limbs. I've seen so many fit guys with huge fat girlfriends lately. That's not racism, it's pattern recognition. Well, I do think some guys use it as, like they'll be with a woman that is heavier or less attractive because they think that it's going to make her potentially more loyal. And I think that that is not the indication of that, because women, like, it's so easy for women to get sexual attention from men. Like, we're not talking about commitment, but most women conflate sexual attention with commitment. So it's so easy for women to get sexual attention that I don't think that men can rely on the woman just being like less attractive than he is as the indicator of loyalty. But I do think that that's something that men sometimes make the decision on, just from what I've seen. Obviously, this is anecdote. Personal anecdote from what I see in public. I don't see many hugely obese dudes. If I see a fat guy, he's got a big dad gut, but I see way more obese women, way more. That's what I'm saying, Rolla. That's what I see. Like, I'll see like a tall guy at Costco who's got like a contractor body, if you know what I mean. Like, he doesn't look like he works out per se, and he looks like he kind of eats a lot, but he also doesn't look obese. Like, maybe he just has a beer belly, but the rest of him isn't like overweight. And then his wife is like a hulking whale, no offense. And I feel like this is my regular experience going people watching at Costco, is like analyzing the state of relationships. When I was exceptionally lean and I looked like a beanpole under my clothes, I was considered overweight if you went by BMI. I was in the Greek god sculpted of marble at that point in time. Well, that's kind of what I was saying, though, is like muscle changes the BMI equation, as far as I understand. The average man is highly unlikely to be marrying an overweight woman thinking she'll be more loyal, but she was fit when I married her. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying every guy is doing that, but I definitely have seen circumstances of guys doing that. I had a coworker in a weird situation that in a weird relationship that I felt was that situation. Hello, Big Al 5750. Have I seen you before? Your name looks familiar. Welcome. I'm in Texas and there's definitely fat guys around, but more fat women for sure. See, that's what I'm saying. This is what happened with me. Married when they were fit and playing soccer, very overweight by the end of the marriage. 110,000 attempted births a year end in miscarriage due to obesity? No way. That's crazy. Or like, you ever hear of like a woman and she's so fat that like she didn't realize she was pregnant? I actually knew somebody like that one time, not like a friend, but like an acquaintance. And I was like, that's a little fucking weird. That's kind of a red flag that you weren't able to tell that because you're so hulking and large, but okay. Anyhow, okay, this was our pit stop. Back to the field trip.
It's not breast milk, but it's still real, natural milk full of nutrients. And this was how babies who couldn't breastfeed got their nourishment for centuries.
Now they say
but
it's
then,
dangerous.
in the late 1800s,
I think.
we all know what happened. Wink,
What
wink.
happened?
The industrial age hit, and powdered milk companies like Heinz, Gerber, and Nestle.
Oh, furthermore, I've also heard, sorry, it was the Gerber that reminded me. I also heard about how the whole like idea of feeding babies mashed food, like not your own mashed food, but like baby food from the store, is that you're not actually developing their like sense of food in their mouth and ability to take a bite and chew and all of that. And so when people feed their babies just like the mush all the time, they're actually like delaying that development of their palate. I bet you it delays the development of their Chad like jaw muscles, like that people mew for and all of that. Just saying. Oh, Ven, you missed something. A donkey fell into a bowl of sugar. Huh? What are you talking about, Rala? Is this a ligma? What is this? What are you saying to me today? Are you trying to trick me? Now that's a sweet ass. I knew it. But good one, Rala. If I had my stupid thing set up, I'll play the laugh track, okay? I thought it was a ligma. Like we're gonna ligma something. Okay, anyhow. Heinz, the ketchup company, yes.
People were letting their
The
innocent
Megacorp.
little babies drink
The MTV show I didn't know I was fat. Yeah, exactly.
whole, raw, pure milk from animals. Because where's the money in that? And as Nestle, you had mountains of powdered milk and vats of
Why do they have
condensed
so much powdered milk? Where are they getting all this powdered milk from? How do you even make powdered milk?
milk. And sure, housewives bought your milk to make their coconut cream pies, and the military bought
Coconut
your
cream
cans of sweetened
pies.
condensed milk when they needed it, but that was it. That was your entire customer base.
Formula is worse than breast milk, but it is also better than nothing, and about 20% of women can't produce enough milk. Prior to formula, people had used cow or goat milk, which is worse than formula. Well, I was saying if women can't actually produce milk, then obviously they need some alternative. But I don't know, is cow or goat milk actually worse? Is that true? I don't know. Also, like, what about a wet nurse is kind of what they were saying in this video. I would give my kids tiny bites of soft foods when they were babies, says Sever Constantine. Oh, I know you. I've been seeing you around on X. The wife would get so annoyed because she bought into all the crap she was told by doctors and experts. Yeah, that's right. Apparently that actually helps them develop their palates and their teeth. And yes, that was a Ven original sound effect. TM, you're welcome. They had options.
And as long as babies were sipping on fresh milk, that was precious money down the tubes. Because, look, babies are the biggest milk-drinking population in the world. Literally, no one drinks more milk than babies. If you could get them to switch...
Oh, side note, pro tip, buy a really good whole chocolate milk and then buy your own popsicle molds on Amazon, and then you make your own popsicle chocolate milk, and it's really good, and it has more protein than regular popsicles, and it's very good for being a delicious and tasty snack. Ven approved, okay? That's your pro tip of the day.
Over to your...
A Venafact, as Dober would say.
Powdered milk, which has basically half the nutrients of fresh milk. You would have it made. And the way you'll switch those milk guzzlers to your powder will be shockingly easy.
Feminism, that's how. I bet he won't mention that part. And thank you for the head pat.
Lullaby, time to dream.
Every mother dreams of a happy, healthy baby. Ask your doctor about pet milk for your baby.
I just can't believe they called it pet milk.
So, to make the entire world think that powdered milk is healthier than fresh animal milk, you're gonna need to do something bold.
What?
You
What
need
do you
to
need to
rewrite
do?
the narrative around breastfeeding. And here's
Yes!
how you're gonna do it.
That's what they did.
First, hire some scientists to do studies on
Evil
your powdered
scientists.
milk. Cow's milk is higher in protein than breast milk, which can strain the kidneys of babies, but you don't want anyone to be pointing that out. Breast milk is also high in milk sugars and low in protein, the opposite of cow's milk. So to fix this, you throw in some cane sugar and flour to increase...
What would be better than throwing in some fucking cane sugar and some probably bleached white flour into baby formula? Delicious. I've seen your I've seen your candy iceberg list. I don't know if I can trust your chalky milk popsicle idea. No, it's so good. But you have to have an actually good, like, full fat from a local farm. Very chocolatey chocolate milk. Okay, you can't just do that with any old chocolate crap. If you do it with really good chocolate milk, it's legitimately good. And what are you disagreeing about my candy list with? Let's debate it. What are you saying is not true about my candy deliciousness levels list? Because I think it was pretty S tier rating. Okay, Big Al, tell me what you think was the problem with my candy rating list.
Increase the sugar and water it down to lower the protein.
Yeah.
Perfect. Next, you're going to hand out samples of this watered-down cow's milk to mothers who just gave birth in hospitals.
Oh, that's good. Let's just try it out.
Think about it. Some mothers can't breastfeed right after giving...
Okay, I didn't say that I love Turkish Delight. I said it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, okay? And the apple one, the applets, if you will, tasted reminiscent of apple pie, and it just wasn't as terrible as I had originally imagined when I saw it in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, okay? Your take on gummy bears is a good place to start with. What is wrong with your Your take on gummy bears is a good place to start with what is wrong with your candy list. Listen, Teddy Grizz, you are not the most reliable source for this because you have an inherent bias because your name is literally Teddy Grizz, so of course you would be biased towards your own, okay? We need an independent sample size. Just saying. Hello, Dober. I was just talking about you. I dropped a Venafact and they didn't even believe me. Also, Turkish Delight and applets and cutlets are delicious. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't go as far as to say delicious, but I would say not exactly off-putting. I would take them over a gummy bear any single day of my whole life. Bet she would like them if they were gummy wolves. No, I still would not like them. Maybe if they were chocolate flavored gummy bears, not chocolate dipped gummy bears, but a chocolate gummy bear, then maybe more like a marshmallow. I like marshmallows, but I don't like gummy bears. So maybe if it were like a chocolate homemade marshmallow in the shape of a wolf, then that would be desirable. But I would not like those sticky gummy bears, even if they were in the shape of a wolf. I would not like them forever and always, and never ever would I like them. That's right. Venatrix, milk powder, chocolate bears. How about cookie bears? Even better, like Teddy Grahams. I bet that's Teddy Grizz's favorite snack, Teddy Grahams. That seems fitting.
Giving birth. It's a very stressful time for them. So, why not make a display of pre-made bottles of your formula, just in case they need it? It can't hurt. Also, make friends with the doctors. Show them that your diluted powdered milk is full of important nutrients for little ones. It has less nutrients than breast milk, but it still has something. You'll also get the doctors to create complicated breastfeeding schedules so that your ready-to-go baby formula
Yeah, that's another thing. So I feel like this whole formula thing ties into like parents being tired after giving birth to a baby because they have to wake up like what, every hour to 2 hours to feed the baby right after birth, and they have to get out of bed, like the mother has to get out of bed and then go take the formula to the baby, even if the baby is next to her, and get a bottle ready and all that, because you can't just keep the bottle with the formula out. So they'd have to do that. And that interrupts the sleeping schedule more. So then, like, think about how that compounds, like, postpartum depression and the stress that couples are under after having babies and all of that. But if they were breastfeeding, then the mother could actually sleep on her side in a safe position, which people say, like, oh, SIDS, blah, 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 which apparently, allegedly, is actually a cover-up for, you know what, vax injuries. I've read about that before, potentially. And so the woman could just sleep on her side, like how every other mammal ever sleeps to feed their babies, and think about how much more quality sleep she could be getting, which benefits the relationship she has with her husband after having the baby, because she's not tired and distraught and whatever all the time, and they're not being straight. I'm just saying, this just goes on endlessly. There's just a whole fucking chain of we're doing things wrong. We need to listen to God's creation, okay? That's what I'm saying. Okay, I have to actually play this because it's 6 minutes and we've been streaming for 46. And I remember there was a time where I didn't think I could talk enough to fill up a stream. And now I feel like sometimes I have the opposite problem.
more attractive to their parents. And once you've infiltrated hospitals and doctors' offices, you're gonna bring your baby formula to store
Hello,
shelves
Wolf Chest
and give it a
Senior.
catchy name like Lactogen or Similac, meaning similar to lactation. So when people see it, they'll think it's the same as real breast milk. And make ads showing that watered-down powdered milk with sugar and flour is just as healthy as human breast milk.
Exactly, King Aurelius. That's what I'm saying. The
You'll
tax
even say that
base.
your formula can help heal certain disorders in
Oh,
babies
Jesus
like
Christ.
colic
Oh,
and
please.
fussiness, and that breastfeeding might even be causing some of
Similac
these
is still in
things.
shelves, I
By
know.
the mid-1960s, only 25% of babies in America would start their lives breastfeeding.
Are
The
you
rest-
serious? 25% in the 60s? I had no idea that it was that low. That's why the boomers are so crazy. They never got breastfed. They're fucked up from birth. I did not know that it was that low. Milk was the reason the first FDA law was put in. The Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906 was the first federal law that regulated consumable goods, including milk, and laid the groundwork for the FDA. It banned bad or falsely labeled food, except for the avocado fucking fake oil chips. Just throwing that in there. Moving between states targeting common milk adulterations, like added formaldehyde. Feeding the baby can reduce fuzziness. No way. That's wild. I know. The biggest negative of having women in the workforce is lowered wages, double the labor pool, and create a massive downward force on wages. Exactly, because they just have an abundance of labor. I wonder where all these health problems start at. Yeah, and you know what? Peanut allergies also weren't a thing like until pretty recently, and I think people blame that on vaccines. But I wonder, Ven is wondering if that actually has to do with the lack of breastfeeding and the immunity benefits that babies get from breast milk, which apparently only 25% of people in 1960 got. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
Use your formula. Yes, it really was that easy. And with almost every baby in the nation sipping on your formula, this was the perfect time to introduce some new, even cheaper ingredients.
She's noticing. I'm noticing.
It's pet milk, the first evaporated milk. Pet milk,
Fucking
the
pet
first
milk.
food of millions of babies who start out life the pet milk way.
That's a great point, Ven. All the increased allergies, fewer breastfed babies. That's what I'm saying, because we know it ties into immunity.
In 2023, Bloomberg did a massive investigation into toxic levels of poison in your baby's formula.
Yes, I remember
of
this.
the 33 leading brands of baby formula in our country, 32 of them had heavy metals poisoning your kids.
That can cause vomiting and diarrhea
32 out of
has been
33.
detected in batches of baby formula produced by the food
What
and
the
drink
fuck?
giant
I swear they do this on purpose. They're like, let's sprinkle in a little shaved metal and degrade our native country's IQ. Okay, everybody, let's do that.
This investigation reveals potentially harmful levels of heavy metals in several popular baby formulas.
Some formulas do have a presence of chemicals that could be harmful if consumed in certain amounts.
That's all they fucking eat at that age. What do you mean in certain amounts? Is their entire diet?
Baby water for a few decades now, and noticed that people started to question your
a little bit.
And this is when you upgraded your recipe and added some new fancy ingredients to your formulas.
I bet there's tons of seed oils too. Are there seed oils in baby formula? I swear to God. Yes! All standard formulas legally sold in the US and globally contained seed and vegetable oils. I didn't even think it was that bad. Wow. I'm floored, guys. That's fucking wild. Oh, the whole world is fake and gay.
Ingredients like nucleotides, synthetic
Gotta
amino
get
acids,
your nucleotides.
and synthetic vitamins like
Don't
iron,
forget your
D3,
nucleotides, kids.
and B12. These vitamins are made of coal tar and
delicious.
aren't even absorbed into the system, while synthetic iron literally blocks the absorption of zinc, which is needed to build immunity in babies.
Oh my God!
So
Oh my God!
it's weird.
Oh my God! That's literally what we were just saying. It's even worse. All roads lead to the seed oil grand conspiracy for real.
That every baby formula brand adds tons of iron. You'll also switch out the cane sugar in your formula with some good old high fructose corn syrup.
Delicious.
And dextrin.
Love it.
A corn-based sweetener that's even sweeter than table sugar. People had also been complaining that your formula is fat-free, and babies need fat to grow,
what the heck?
right? So you added in fat, specifically soybean and sunflower oil. Ah, yes. Nothing like some good old seed oils for your newborn.
Not just every infant formula here in the US, every infant formula globally, all of them have seed oils. The fatty acid profile that you need to get to mimic breast milk has to come from a mix of seed oils.
That's so fucking disgusting.
There is a lot of controversy around seed oils, but yet a baby's caloric intake, 50% of a baby's caloric intake has to come from fat. It's for their cognitive development. It's for their visual foundation. It's for overall health. It is essentially the foundation of a child. Without having that fatty acid profile, you are not giving your baby what's needed.
And for the parents who need a cheaper option or whose baby is allergic to dairy, they can buy formula made with soy flour.
Oh, great.
Yum!
I'm sure that's great for all the baby boys to load them up with the soy.
So instead of breast milk, which Mother Nature already perfectly formulated with exact vital nutrients, natural fat, and whatever.
Coconut cold pressed oil is about the healthiest oil you can buy, MCT and saturated fats. Well, they would never put that in because that's just too expensive.
Other magic is in there. that we don't understand yet to support the baby's growth, you're feeding them bottles of soy flour mixed with seed oils, dextrin, and coal tar vitamins.
Vomit.
Only the best for our future generation.
Can't you make something that's closer to breast milk? A new formulation that's even closer to
Oh,
breast
Jesus
milk than
fucking
before.
Christ.
Who else can I trust my baby to?
Your own fucking breast? What are you talking about?
Introducing new, improved Gerber baby formula.
And if my doctor recommends a soy?
Introducing new Gerber soy.
Oh my
It doesn't
God.
come from me. I want it to come from Gerber.
Oh, Jesus
Soy
Christ,
is
vomit.
super high in
throw
phytoestrogens,
up
which
in my
acts
mouth.
as a hormone blocker. Male rats who were fed a diet of only soy ended
commercial
up taking on
actors.
feminine traits and were
Yup,
indistinguishable
yup,
from their
exactly.
female counterparts.
So normally,
They're turning the
mouse,
frogs
in
gay.
mouse in general, the males are heavier than females. But in the population exposed to this phytoestrogen, that difference, that normal, natural sex difference disappeared. And the males became not distinguishable from the females in terms of weight.
And yet, soy is being sold as a baby's main food source.
When
Disgusting.
it comes from you, there is never
What
a
is this
question of
commercial?
trust. Your breast
Trust
milk
the
is
science.
best for your baby. But what if you needed a formula? Who
So
would
you can go
trust
back to
then?
work
You can
and simp
trust
for your
Gerber.
boss.
It's
Gerber.
patterned after breast
It's
milk.
your personal
And
poison.
there simply is no better formula for your baby's nutrition.
The babies of America have been sucking down your toxic formula for decades. But before everyone realizes what you've done to their precious babies, you need to take the largest
Not to mention the plastic bottles that you're probably microwaving to heat up the formula in. Don't even get me started on
drinking
that.
population for everything it's got. You need to go global.
You are amazing. Is there anything you can't do?
Your
These
baby is
commercials are
growing
driving me
quickly,
nuts.
so it's no wonder that by the time he's 4 months, his calcium needs increase more than 50%. That's why there's Carnation Follow-Up, the formula with the extra calcium active babies need. Extra calcium for amazing babies like yours.
So, you got the American babies to drink
Okay.
the poison, but what about the billions of other babies?
Gotta get all the babies.
They're still drinking breast milk and fresh
How
milk.
dare
And again,
they?
this is not what you want. If you really want to expand your business and grow, like all the great businessmen before you, you need to target other countries. You need to infiltrate other
Gotta get the
cultures
whole
around the world
world.
to see if they'll also accept your formula as food. So here's what you do. You send samples to hospitals in poor developing countries like South Africa.
I hope AI is what the optimists say it is, because it will return a majority of the population to the work from home mom corporate family model of ye old days. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great. I'm even for like us prioritizing women to have remote jobs, although I think it would be best for women to get out of the workforce. Obviously it's easier said than done, but if we really wanted to get the fertility rate, if we were trying to get the fertility rate up, especially of the native population, then we'd want women to be able to have like remote type jobs during their fertile years, because we know they'd be more likely to have kids when they have that flexibility in their schedule. I mean, it's fucking crazy what is currently being put on families to make it work to have children.
Chile, and Nigeria, and had saleswomen dressed as nurses hand out just the perfect amount of baby formulas to mothers who've just given birth. The new mothers in these hospitals just assumed the formula milk was being given to them by real nurses. They assumed it was safe. But when they feed this free formula to their babies, instead of making their babies healthier, something deeply disturbing is gonna happen instead.
I've had it just jogged.
The mother's own breastfeeding mechanism is going to shut down.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. And then the mother says she can't make milk.
This is
And
how
then she needs more formula.
breastfeeding works. If the mother isn't breastfeeding, hormones will flood her system that will stop breast milk from being produced.
Yep.
So all of these women are going to leave the hospital, and suddenly, just when they've used up
dependent on
all of their
formula.
fancy new baby formula, they're going to stop producing breast
That's
milk.
right.
And so they'll have no choice but to buy your formula. It was as sinister as it was genius. These mothers were already in a desperate situation. Many didn't have clean water or a stable income. But now they had no choice. They had to mix this formula with any water they had. And most of that water was filled with deadly bacteria. And that's where things got really bad. Starting in 1981, 212,000 babies died every year from drinking contaminated water through formula.
Tell us just about the conditions in Peru.
In the jungle, we survive on the water that's contaminated in the river. The river is used as a laundry.
Now, I will say another part of this that I hear this a lot of times in the culture is like, look at these companies and all this slop that they're serving us or whatever. And like, absolutely are these things terrible as far as you know, the, like we said, the unregulated foods or the foods that are supposed to be regulated, but the regulation doesn't matter because they're just putting whatever they want into it anyways. But something that I think doesn't get mentioned enough is like, we're buying it. You get what I'm saying? Like, people need to take personal responsibility in circumstances like this and educate themselves. And I know that's difficult. But if there wasn't a market for people being willing to do this, if there wasn't a market for the family structure and communities disintegrating, for us throwing out the wisdom of old, for women wanting to run into the workplace and being of bad character feminists, for men putting up with that, like, then there wouldn't be a market for this. So I just want to like aside that as well. That, you know, at the end of the day, you don't have to buy it, you know. Might that be difficult? Might that be hard for having kids? Might that mean, you know, people have to rely on their families? All of that? Yes, but at the end of the day, like, are you going to buy it and use it, or are you going to inform yourself and not make that decision? Gonna be pretty hard to keep up with your new streaming schedule. Venatrix Clips, hello! You're one of the VIPs this week for starting making clips on me. That's so cool. Gonna be pretty hard to keep up with your new streaming schedule, Ben. So much more content to clip.
At the bathroom, toilet, and drinking water. That's the only source of water we have. Boil the water, even if you're going to give it to just as water, never mind mixing the formula, because nurses says so.
And countless children got sick from malnourishment because your formula is just not nutritious. It's seriously like drinking liquefied sugar cereal.
Once it starts taking the formula and it's got constant attacks of diarrhea and vomiting, naturally its resistance in health is going down. The intestinal digestive tract has lost resistance against any other disease too.
Formula-fed babies are up to 25 times more likely to die than breastfeeding babies. But you really didn't care.
The final question is what do you do, or what do you feel is your corporate responsibility, the extent, the use of your product in those circumstances in the developing part of the world? Do you feel that you have any responsibility?
We can't have that responsibility, sir.
Can't have that responsibility?
No. How can I be responsible for the water system?
I'm talking about the use of your product in those areas. Or do you feel that your corporation doesn't have any responsibility whatsoever?
A great part of the water system is no good. I can't help it.
Well, do you do anything to prevent it, or what do you do?
Well, we don't.
Because according to you, these mothers still technically had a choice. No one forced them to use this convenient free formula.
Sorry, I was muted. I was clicking on my keyboard. I saw somebody, was it Zarg? Zarg blog said, I'm sorry to be for being that guy, but I gotta ask, has anyone checked the early life section of people behind these baby formula companies? What I did do on my other tab is I looked up the I just asked because I'm trying to do it kind of quick. Sorry, Ven, pull it together. Who are the biggest baby formula producers? And then I got into who are the CEOs and the creators of the companies, and then like why ask some other questions. So I'm going to switch really fast and just tab into this, because this has also been something that's been kind of a background commentary, is like on the Goy Slop narrative. And so I think this would be interesting to look at the breakdown. Now, this is just what Google Gemini gave me real quick, because like I told you before, I actually do like using Grok better. However, are you fucking kidding me? Why is it being this way? This is so annoying. Okay, we can just ask it the same questions live. It won't let me it won't let me share the fucking conversation. hold on. Let me scroll down. Can I please just share this? Can you not be a butt? Ugh, so annoying. I'll just ask it live. I said my first question was, who are the biggest baby formula producers? Gonna be, hold on, I already read that chat. Whoa, no Destiny today. It's gonna rain. Don't heck me, cleavage dude. And don't you worry. There'll be Destiny on Wednesday if you were missing it. Two big factors in why religious groups are having more children: very little to no use of hormonal birth control, and they have a lot more sex. I'm assuming they also have closer families, so they probably have better family units for supporting the need for childcare and support to the couple and to the mother after the birth of the baby. So the biggest baby formula producers, you guys see that? The biggest baby formula producers, no surprise, Nestle, Group Danone, SA, I don't know what that is, but they have Ampa Milk, Cow and Gate, Happy Family Organics, that sounds familiar. Abbott Laboratories, we knew about them. Reckitt Benckiser, Mead Johnson Nutrition, and then there's some other notable ones. So the next question, I'm just taking this off of my private incognito tab. The next question I said that I asked it was, who are the CEOs and creators of these companies? It would be like founders, but whatever. I just said that. And so Nestle's is Philip Navratil, German-born Swiss pharmacist. We've got Antoine de Saint-Affrique, created it in Spain. We've got Robert B. Ford, a Chicago physician. We've got Reckitt Benckiser, whatever his name is. The current CEO is Chris Licht, I guess you would say. And then, you're welcome for all the conspiracy theorists. Am I railing against it's the Jews narrative over everything? I just said, what are the ethnicities of these CEOs and creators by percentage? So this was the exact search that I did. Generally recorded by nationality, heritage, and cultural roots, blah, 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 whatever. The CEO of Nestle was born in Zurich, Switzerland, holding dual Austrian and Swiss nationality, ethnically Central European. The founder was born in Frankfurt, Germany, German-born Swiss. For this Group Danone, or whatever it's called, Group Danone, he was born in France. The founder was Sephardic Jewish, and just for the record, just because there's some people or one person that is Jewish, we're not gonna be like, oh look, they only have a small population in the world. Like, yes, the Jews are allowed to like be involved in business as well. You get my point. Abbott Laboratories is Robert Ford, born and raised in Brazil to expatriate parents. The founder was Wallace Abbott, born in Vermont, New England. Colonial descent. Can you not put this here, you stupid Gemini? And then we've got the founder here, I don't know if you can see at the bottom, Mead Johnson, born in the US, British European descent. So just saying, I know some people will like point towards that, but I still stick to my principles that that evil is found in all human hearts, and that there is, evil running the world, but it doesn't come from any one sect of people, if you will. So I thought that was interesting, that it would come back that way. Now, maybe you go try search it on Grok and see if I'm right. It's just pulling from Wikipedia for this information. It seems like it's pretty straightforward where these people are. Some of these are not from Wikipedia, but I did notice that some of them are. So feel free to double check me, as always, just saying. Big Corpo is never for the good of the people. They are serving... The logo of Gerber is creepy pasta. Extended family equals support structure. Ven is part of Big Jew. I wish I was getting $7,000. I haven't got my check yet. Religious people have more kids because they ideologically believe they should. One should have one due to Genesis. Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Also Psalm 127. Yep, right there with you. Plenty of wickedness in the human heart. Yes, okay. Anyhow, side note.
It was just presented to them by a professional-looking nurse minutes after they gave birth in a poor country. They technically didn't have to take it, but millions of them did, and now millions of babies were hooked on your formula. And things are only gonna get worse.
Oh, sorry, we're watching half a video. Why don't you tell me I was being a bad stream producer?
The FDA is issuing a warning about baby formula that could be contaminated with dangerous bacteria. The products are Crusade infant powdered goat milk formula with iron, Pharmalac baby powdered infant formula with iron.
I get it. I lived in denial for years. I wanted to be a good Christian too. I had to wake up and realize the self-loathing Christians have was put there by Judaism. It's a slave religion. I don't understand what you mean by that. Christianity was literally the offshoot of Jesus being a Jew and the evolution of Jesus coming to the world, being God, dying, resurrecting, and making it clear that in the end, God has the say over death. So what, I don't understand, like, what part of Judaism being the religion that led up to that put self-loathing in Christian. I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean.
And Pharmalac baby powdered infant formula with low lactose.
Your baby formula recall to tell you about, but this is a different reason.
So in a manner of speaking, they put crack in the baby formula. Yeah, basically.
Abbott Labs is recalling certain lots of its 2-ounce ready-to-feed liquid formula due to a problem with the bottle caps. The tops may not have been sealed completely and could cause the formula to spoil, which...
Literal Pharisees? I don't think that's true. I actually was reading something about that the other day, and there was a discussion going on in the Discord. The Pharisees, just would argue against Jesus. They weren't actually the ones that even wanted to kill him or killed him. It was the Sadducees, which was a separate sect. But apparently, calling it the Pharisees as the ones that killed Jesus gets like thrown around left and right, but that's not even actually accurate to what happened. Well, time to go to the gym. Have a good rest of your stream. Thanks, Tenny Grizz. Have a good time at the gym. Time for a grizz lift, I suppose. A grizzly bear lift.
Could cause stomach problems.
Several powdered baby formulas are recalled after bacterial infections determined to be found in 5 babies at least.
Health officials suggest anyone with the formula to stop using it immediately.
It is very scary.
Christians believe they are horrible, sinful beings who deserve death. They worship a guy killed by Jews. Wait, hold on. Let me take this line by line. Christians believe they are horrible, sinful beings who deserve death. They worship a guy killed by Jews. It's crazy when you think about it. That and the false history that was rewritten. I don't know what you're talking about with the false history that was rewritten, so I'm going to put that one aside because I don't know what you mean. But Christians believe that we're born inherently with sin in our heart because of the fall and being separate from God, which a lot of people demonstrate by the way that we want to live, not trusting in what reality is or what God has laid out, which is actually a great example because of this baby formula and like the female body and it being designed in a particular way, but we're constantly going against it and being away from God. And sinful means missing the mark, which is all people, not just Christians, okay? So yes, like you die because of that, because you're not a perfect being, because you fail to align with what reality is and rise above those base selfish instincts. They worship a guy that was killed by Jews. So they worship God who made himself human, like a character in a video game, okay? Like becoming human, coming into the human flesh in our world to live out what we live, which is the thing that everybody is so afraid of, the worst possible thing, death and suffering and torturing, so that he could come into the world and extend the prophecy of a Messiah coming, of God coming to be with us, rather than like a sky daddy who never comes and deals with our problems and just leaves us here to defeat that idea, to come into the world, to look death straight in the eye, to go through everything that we go through, to face suffering and persecution and torture, and then to overcome that, to show us, to give us the greatest gift to see by the eyewitness account, that whether you want to believe it or not, it's the same eyewitness testimony we use to disprove police cases and murders and all these, that we use to prove cases like that all the time, not disprove, to defeat death and to show us that there's actually something beyond our worst actual fear in life. So I would not equate that to a guy killed by Jews. I would say, like, yeah, he was killed by the Jews because the Jews were sinful. They were like people who didn't want to believe him. They didn't want to have that align. They didn't want to say that he was the Messiah, or that he was God, which was sinful on them, not being willing to accept what was in front of their eyes. It's just my opinion. I'll stop derailing. I want to hear about the poison baby formula. I mean, it's fine. I don't mind you sharing your opinion. I have to say, I'm actually using your comments as a chance to, like, kind of, what would you say, evangelize and, like, share more of my take on Christianity and on Jesus. So I don't mind at all with you sharing your opinion. I just, I've been thinking a lot about it lately, so I don't want to just let it go. I wanted to engage. But I feel like it actually does tie into the baby formula. So, I mean, you're always free to share your opinion in a respectful way, and I will try to engage when it's relevant. Okay, with that, we'll keep listening.
Because you can't feed your own child.
February 2022, St. Louis, Missouri. A woman named Asian Davis is innocently feeding her 6-week-old baby, Mira, Similac NeoSure baby formula. The same brand of formula she's been feeding her since birth. But what happened next was truly horrifying. Asian noticed that her baby wasn't acting quite right. She stopped eating and wasn't able to suck anymore. And when she took her to the doctor, they found that her baby's brain was infected with Chronobacter sakazaki,
that sounds
a
terrifying.
deadly bacteria that causes excessive crying, high fever, seizures, and brain abscesses. And this infection happened after she drank Similac formula. There was also missing tissue in the baby's brain because of the infection and extreme neurological damage.
New details reveal Abbott failed to maintain sanitary conditions at its manufacturing plant, and that's what led to a nationwide baby formula recall. According to an FDA inspection, Abbott didn't have clean surfaces
so
at the plant
horrifying.
in
Just
Michigan.
like at the mercy
Inspectors
of a
also
recall.
found there was a history of contamination with bacteria between 2019 and February of this year. That baby formula recall was recently linked to a number of infants who were sick, including 2 babies who died.
On February 17th, the Abbott Nutrition Company recalled several formulas under its Similac brands. The effective formulas tested positive for the Chronobacter bacteria and salmonella, sending 4 babies from across the country to the hospital and even killing one.
As one insider at these baby formula factories said, the dryers, for example, were pitted. So you can get bacterial colonies because you can't ever clean them. There was water on the floors. Powdered formula is never sterile. It has to be produced in the most pristine conditions for it to be safe.
That's so disgusting.
The reason they finally shut this down after years of violations is that some babies got sick and a couple of babies died from the formula. Baby formula is supposed to be a baby's first food. Their immune systems are extremely sensitive, so any foreign bacteria can cause serious damage to their delicate bodies. And yet, the factories that make these baby formulas allegedly don't inspire much confidence.
No, they really don't.
Immunocompromised can get really sick from Chronobacter. Infants fall into that category since their immune system hasn't fully matured.
Oh my gosh, and then the not
breastfeeding,
the not breastfeeding makes their immune systems even worse.
Especially for newborns.
He's not an infant anymore. Down here. He's not yet a big boy.
Here we go.
He's a toddler.
There you go.
Too big for a bottle, not big enough for a glass. This is just right. New Next Step toddler formula from the makers of...
Dizzy, that's not true. The Pharisees are not the founders of Judaism. They were one of the sects. That literally is not true. Judaism preceded the Pharisees.
Of Enfamil.
Smile big.
Specially designed for toddlers with the Iron Cow's Milk Lax.
Oh boy.
So you fed deadly bacteria to babies, and you poisoned and killed thousands of babies overseas. And the world was starting to wake up. People were starting to realize that your formula maybe isn't that good for their baby.
This is
Okay, side note, sorry, I misread your message, Dizzy, actually. No, I misread it. You said the Pharisees are the founders of modern Judaism, so I take that back. I thought you just said Judaism. I have to look into the specifics on that more, but I get like the point that you're making about the sect influencing modern Judaism, so I thought you just meant Judaism in general.
Pediasure Grow and Gain. Clinically proven to help kids grow. Let's see how they're doing it, right? Let's look at this ingredient list. Wow, that's long, right? So they're gonna grow with corn maltodextrin.
Then they add organic
Corn
vegetable oils. They
maltodextrin.
put the word
Don't forget to
organic
take
in
your
there to
corn
make it sound
maltodextrin.
healthy, but it's machine lubricant. Vegetable oils are machine lubricants.
More and more studies came out showing that your cheap processed formula is full of things like lead and arsenic,
Disgusting.
which are toxic metals linked to ADHD, autism, and behavioral disorders. You also had PFAS in your formula, as in those forever chemicals that stay in the body forever, block hormones from working, and cause cancer.
and all
And when the
sorts of
results of
things
this
like
study
that.
came out, this was your response. Well, breast milk is also high in PFAS, saying that it's no big deal that your
I just want to side note, Dizzy, I'm not going to address all of your points, but I do want to just address one of them before I don't want to derail this part of the stream too much, and there is more to like go through here, but what I'm trying to say is like the point that people make when they're trying to blame everything on the Jews is like you can have problems with rabbinic interpretations and traditions, and with problems the Mishnah and the Talmud. I'm pretty sure those are not core, like I have to look into it, but I'm pretty sure the issues that you were bringing up with the sects of Judaism are not like, let me put it this way. I think, right, as a Christian, like I think it's wrong for Jewish people not to move forward into Christianity. Like I think if somebody's following the tradition of the Old Testament and they followed that story, and then Jesus comes and all of that testimony happens and they live through that, and then like we are where we are now with Christianity, I think it's wrong that people didn't say, oh, okay, like I will move forward and evolve into Christianity. I think that's personally sinful as a Christian. But what's the problem, which is what you get with like the current woke Reich, or like what I would say people who are becoming actual Nazis. Sorry, it's different than like when somebody criticizes the left and they get called a Nazi wrongfully, which I'm definitely not for that. But people who are like, no, they think it's inherent to Jewish people, is like, that doesn't make any sense. Like you can have a problem with the ideology that people hold within different rabbinic traditions or whatever. You can have a problem with Jewish ideology, whatever, for itself. But people take that and they extrapolate it onto being like a genetic thing, and then that's how you ended up with the Holocaust, or that's how you end up with, oh, it's the whole world run by Jews, and it's just an inherent thing, which bears out serious, morally depraved, and completely separate from all other observable human behavior about how people act with evil, is to make that assumption. So I think that I'll leave it there for now because I don't want to go on a whole side rant. But yes, Deadly Nightshade, hello. Hi, Vinny. I didn't get a notification, so I'm late. I'm sorry. I last minute scheduled my stream at like 3:40. So sorry.
Formula has PFAS because breast milk also has PFAS. How do you think the PFAS got in the breast milk in the first place?
PFAS.
The mother-eating manufacturer
Delicious.
tainted food just like your baby formula. You were getting buried by these studies and bad press, but there was no way you were going down without a fight.
Not talking. I'm talking about the use of your product in those areas.
When the public attacked you about the toxins in your baby formula, you just snapped back with, trace levels of heavy metals in the food supply is not an issue that is you.
For the record, Izzy, I'm not calling you a Nazi. I'm saying like where that ideology that I see coming up often leads on the internet.
Unique to infant formula. And when that mother in St. Louis tried to get some responses about her child's brain damage, you just said that no bacteria was found in the specific type of formula she used, even though it was
Vegetable
found
oil
in
causes
other
autism?
formulas.
No wonder the right
And as for the lead contamination, You said that your lead levels are well below the national limits for food products. Okay, but those are the limits for an adult. What about a tiny baby who's sipping your formula morning to night?
Yep,
and
all
if your
day, every
backhanded
day.
responses don't work, you just directly lobbied against breast milk and breastfeeding education so that your formula stays the #1 choice. And while you do this, you'll still make it seem that you're pro-breastfeeding by producing ads that encourage it. Just so everyone will calm down and stop accusing you of baby feeding domination.
You want everything that touches your baby to be gentle, like his first friend.
Like
and
his first seed
formula.
oil. So
we chose Carnation Good Start.
disgusting.
It's different from other leading formulas. Good Start's protein is specially processed into smaller pieces to make it gentle, easily digestible.
Nothing about these
no
commercials
formula
are
is more
convincing to me.
nutritious. Remember, breast milk is best, but Good Start formula is made to be gentle.
Questionable. At best. Babies love mystery powder.
Breastfeeding actually matters. I think it's just a matter of nutrition. It's not. It's skin-to-skin contact. It's eye-to-eye gaze. It's embodied rhythm. It's the beginnings of the establishment of the relationship. And that isn't to
That
say
brand
that you
is
can't
screaming
bottle
chemicals.
feed with success,
The
right?
ads are so
Breastfeeding also
dystopian
tends
now,
to
I
produce
know.
children who have higher IQs. So
Yes.
that's also worth knowing because
There you
that
go.
actually matters.
A baby's first sips of food should not be a disgusting, processed brew of
I'm
seed
so
oils,
grossed out by
soy
that.
flour, and corn syrup. And yet, mothers around the world are still buying formula. But no matter how much propaganda they spew, the fact of the matter is that there is nothing better on this planet for a baby than breast milk. It's already
True.
been perfected to
We know
support
it.
babies
It's just a
through
fact
every
of life.
stage of growth. It's already full of nutrients like vitamin D, vitamin K, iodine, copper, zinc, and the perfect blend of protein, fats, and carbohydrates. It also has growth factors that stimulate brain, neural, and organ cells, which soy slop definitely doesn't have. But we get it. A lot of mothers can't breastfeed, and there's absolutely nothing
I'm
wrong
also
with
like, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm just saying off the top of my head, I'm skeptical that those numbers of women who can't breastfeed versus making the decision not to are inflated.
Luckily, there are some healthy ways to feed your baby without breast milk. There are recipes for homemade formula that use
Oh, Nourishing. I know that book is actually apparently supposed to be very good. Nourishing
a
Traditions.
combination of raw milk, whey, and lactose. We'll include the link to this recipe below. They do include 1 teaspoon of sunflower oil, which we would recommend you leave out.
Yeah.
The reason they include sunflower oil is because mother's breast milk has a very small amount of linoleic acid.
Yeah,
in it.
but why not-
But
oh.
some researchers have found that it's because that data was taken after seed oils were
Oh,
introduced in
because the mother has seed oils already in her system.
So, of course, there will be some linoleic acid in the milk of a mother who eats vegetable oils. So,
Interesting.
say no to baby
Say
formula.
no to baby formula.
And stick to what's already been
Don't be drinking baby formula, chubbies.
working since the dawn of man.
Yeah. There is a reason the Bible is very aggressive against rich people worshiping money instead of God. No worries, I'm used to it and honestly kind of flattered. I'm a convert to Christianity from Judaism. I can answer any questions on Jew lore. Thanks, Aaron. Resident Jew lore expert. We are against Judaism like we are against atheism, paganism, etc. But that doesn't mean the Jews killed Jesus. The Sadducees killed him and were a tiny sect. Nor does it mean that Jews are ethnically behind everything bad. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was trying to say. Hello, Nick. Welcome. Just joined the stream and I already had too much info, says Nick. Seed oil, sugar, and dangerous bacteria. It's as wholesome as a Norman Rockwell painting. Literally, that's so funny. Okay. Let's see, because I don't have that much time to stream, but I do have a bunch of things that I want to go through. We'll do this one if we have time. This is 17 minutes on this. Children's author threatens to sue us over this from Midwest Safety. This is the story about Lindsay Clancy, which somebody was talking about before. So this was from the other day, and Wokeness said, wait, can I make that a little smaller? And Wokeness said, Lindsay Clancy admitted to killing her 3 kids. Her fans already raised $715,000 $1,000 in donations. So I actually don't know that much about the case. I literally just started looking into it. Was she a influencer or something? Tell me about the Lindsay Clancy case. Let's see. People look at the pattern of Jews without looking at the pattern within the pattern. Prestigious families who spoil the kids into becoming entitled brats, who grow up to become egotistical pricks. Nepotism makes monsters out of people. Want your baby to be weak and lame? Stick to that lousy breast milk. Want a strong and genius baby? Give your baby our badass Similac baby formula, literally. Raw milk is not safe. Pasteurization is just cooking milk. I've actually had like mixed thoughts on that because apparently if raw milk is handled correctly, then it can be safe. But the reason why it's not safe is because it's at like a large production. You're not just like taking it right from your animals on the farm or whatever. And apparently the unsafeness of it is overhyped. So I think if you're somebody who's like immunocompromised or young or old or whatever, like I get the hesitation towards raw milk. I've been too much of a scaredy cat to have it myself, although I probably would be okay with trying it. But what my take has been is like the low temperature pasteurized milk. Have you guys ever tried that before? You kind of have to look at the fine print on milk bottles or cartons or whatever, but there are some brands that offer low temperature pasteurized milk, and I think the idea is that it preserves a lot more of the nutrients and enzymes and all of that, but it's still pasteurized enough to like kill off some of the bad bacteria. And I, for one, think it tastes different than the high temperature pasteurized milk. So next time you're at the store, maybe try it and see if you notice a difference. I do think there's a different taste to the low temperature pasteurized milk. That's the one that I usually try to buy. Okay, the Lindsay Clancy case. Okay, it's time for sleuthing. Let's change our thing. Sleuthing, how do you spell sleuthing? Sleuthing, Lindsay, hold up, wait a minute, let me find the way to spell it. Okay, hold on, let me switch. Lindsay with an E, Clancy, case is nuts. Just chatting. Sleuthing, is that how you spell sleuthing? I hope it is, because I just broadcasted to the whole entire internet. Hold on. Let's make sure, because I don't want to look like a Dumbo. How do you spell sleuthing? Oh, I spelled it right. Okay, thank you. Anyway, the Lindsay Clancy case, in case anybody doesn't know, because like I said, I just started looking into this, centers on a tragic event that occurred on January 24th in 2023 in Massachusetts, where a 35-year-old Lindsay Clancy, a former labor and delivery nurse, strangled her 3 young children, Cora, Dawson, and Callan. Following the incident, she jumped from a second-story window in an apparent suicide attempt, and now she's paralyzed from the waist down, appearing in court in a wheelchair. The defense so far has pleaded not guilty to murder. Her defense attorneys do not dispute that she caused the deaths of the children. So this is kind of like confirmed in why people are being absurd online. They're not arguing against her causing the deaths of the children. They don't dispute that she caused the deaths of the children. They argue that she should not be held criminally responsible due to severe postpartum psychosis, undiagnosed bipolar disorder, and being heavily over-medicated by an ever-shifting combination of psychiatric drugs. Her lawyers maintain that she was suffering from a profound psychotic episode in which she believed a commanding voice was telling her to harm the children and herself. The prosecution contend that she acted intentionally, rationally, and with premeditation. They've pointed to digital forensics, including cell phone and computer search histories leading up to the tragedy, lookups for medical information for psychiatric symptoms and suicide methods. And they argue that she meticulously planned the timing by sending her husband out of the house to pick up takeout and medicine. The discovery was from her ex-husband, Patrick Clancy. He returned home to find the grim scene and called 911. He testified during the trial, describing Lindsay as a dedicated mother who struggled deeply with being separated from the children, while also derailing the anguish of discovering what happened. Brought attention to perinatal mental health issues. basically nobody in the case is arguing that she didn't kill them. They're just arguing how responsible she should be for killing them based on her mental health state and how medicated she was. So now with that context in mind, her fans have already raised $715,000 in donations. Thousands of women are saying Lindsay Clancy could not have possibly killed her 3 children because she's a Leo. Like astrology. By the way, if you meet a woman and she's like, "What's your sign?" That's a red flag. Just saying. That's a red flag. And Leos don't kill. Clancy admitted to killing her children, but internet sleuths don't want to believe her. Oh, we've got some Candace Owens up in here. We are witnessing mass psychosis. Sorry, is this playing? We're not even listening to it. We are witnessing mass psychosis. And I saw somebody say like, oh, like her husband looks mean, so that's like he did it, basically, is what I saw. So she is so messed up that if she is left alone without someone strong to control her, she will execute the weak. Yeah, remove her from society permanently. Yeah, I mean, like, she still did it. Like, she can get treatment while also being held responsible for ending up in the situation of killing 3 of her children. My heart goes out to the husband and father. I couldn't even imagine. Leo is the zodiac sign of a lion. Ironic. Dizzy, you're missing out on all the cool art at Venatrix over in the Discord. It's true, Dizzy. You're missing out. You're missing out. It's pretty professional. Virtual in essence, and you know, they've got me looking real professionally artified. I just made that up over in the Discord. You're missing out. If she's ruled insane, put her in a straitjacket for life in an institution. Of course, it's the modern WAHMEN who backed her. These people have no morals. The reaction to the trial is proof why the 19th was a mistake. Just saying, casually forgetting Jax. Oh, I'm sorry. And Jax. I don't want to miss anybody for the art. Essence and Virtual and Jax art. There's just so much art. It's just so hard to keep up with everybody's art and music and amazing support. I didn't mean to forget you, Jax. I'm sorry. Please accept my humble wolf apology. Yes, Jax art has been especially good. He's been creating a whole mafia scene for us over in the Discord. Remember, all of those women can vote and it counts just as much as yours. I know, that's the disturbing part. Hey girl, what's your sign? It will be how I judge you from here on out. My sign is highly classified until streaming becomes my full-time job, okay? Just saying. Then I'll reveal more information about myself. Real professional artified as I make Ven shake her ass on camera. Okay, let's listen to this.
Okay, check this out. It's really crazy. Lindsay Clancy's birth chart.
Oh my god. The comments say Leos don't kill, Geminis do. Oh, he's a Gemini? Jail for him. That's all I need to know. Moon at 22 degrees, kill or be killed degree. The fact her trial is during Lion's Gate means things are turning in her favor. Oh, she's a Leo. Oh, she loved those babies and very protective. What the fuck?
Not the time of birth. So really, you can disregard the ascendant, descendant, IC, MC, vertex, and all the houses. I need the birth time. So like not all of these aspects are necessarily true because all those points we don't really know.
Wait, why is it so quiet? Sorry, it's really quiet.
Okay, check this out. It's really crazy. Lindsay Clancy's birth chart. It's so crazy. No, I don't have the time of birth. So really, you can disregard the ascendant, descendant, IC, MC, vertex, and all the houses.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Go read the fucking
like
Bible. Oh my god.
All those points, we don't really know. I just put it at noon. But first of all, I need to show. Okay, so notice anything here? She's got her North Node Aquarius, South Node Leo. She's in her nodal return right now.
It's been a while, but I have to pop on here just to say that I've been following this Lindsay Clancy trial, especially as a mother of 2 who dealt with a lot of postpartum mental illness. And, you know, just following all their birth charts and birthdays and zodiac signs.
What's it called when you get stripped of your right to vote?
He did it.
Like, you're just asserting this on the guy.
He's a Gemini man. His birthday is June 15th. I'm a Gemini woman. My birthday is June 14th. Let me give you another example of who a Gemini man is. Also birthday June 14th. Men and women are different. Keep that in mind.
I've heard a guy say Lindsay Clancy is for women, what Carmelo Anthony was for black people. Checks out.
Please don't judge me. Donald Trump.
What?
Men and women are different. Keep that in mind. Please don't judge me. Donald Trump. Patrick did it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So if you're watching the Lindsay Clancy case,
oh my
I've
God.
already gone over the forensic astrology charts that show that the perpetrator is a male, the perpetrator is having an affair, and that the
Who had kids with this tard? That's a great question.
victims, specifically Lindsay, was drugged during this. And I've also gone over with the theory and the lie.
What?
Specifically, Lindsay was drugged.
Drugged during what?
That show that the perpetrator is a male, the perpetrator is having an affair, and that
I don't think that's what was shown. I think what was shown is that there was DNA from or fingerprints from both of them on the exercise ropes or whatever they were because he took them off of the children. So obviously his fingerprints would be on that.
The victims, specifically Lindsay, was drugged during this. And I've also gone over with the theory and the lie detection.
I'm telling you all right now, when the South Node goes into Cancer in March of 2028, the South Node is going to transit over Patrick Clancy's moon in Cancer. He's going to be having eclipses over his natal moon, which is emotions, his emotional life.
She is innocent because she is a Leo. Ladies and gentlemen, we found the Kamala voters.
And then it gets better. 2029, all the way into 2030, he is going to have eclipses over his Gemini placements. The South Node is going to move over his Sun, his Mercury retrograde, his Venus retrograde. It's about to get real interesting in the next, 3 to 4 years for him. I'm going to my popcorn. I can't wait for this man to be humbled and for karma.
This is wild. Okay, so there you go on that. And then we've got this. Licensed therapist defend licensed therapist, people. This is what a lot of people have a problem with when they try to go to a therapist with their wife. Like a lot of men have a problem with. They try to go to a therapist with their wife, and then they get a therapist, a marriage counselor like this. Licensed therapist defends Lindsay Clancy, who murdered her 3 children, because many of us see ourselves in Lindsay. What are you trying to insinuate there? Okay. Many of us know that we could have been only one step away from offing their children. What? What is going on? Ven, why are you subjecting us to this? It's killing my brain cells to hear this retardation, because you have to expose germs to sunlight to burn them away, Rala. You have to put out the truth into the light so everybody can see it. Psychiatrists make sense. Therapists shouldn't exist, in my opinion. This woman and anyone who thinks like this belongs in a mental institution.
One of the Lindsay Clancy trial is going to be one of the most significant trials of your lifetime. We are all experiencing something completely unprecedented. Never before have we seen so many mothers and women rally behind somebody who confessed to killing her 3 children. And
I was just thinking, by putting sleuthing on my stream title, I wonder if people are clicking in thinking that I'm gonna be on the side of the women that think they're sleuthing their way into thinking it's the husband, and they're like, surprise, I'm an anti-feminist, welcome to the stream. So,
it is not because we cannot hold women accountable.
Must be so bored.
Many of us see ourselves in Lindsay. Many of us know that we could have been only one step away from doing some of those horrific things.
Come again?
Because we experienced significant mental health issues
Lady, you should not be saying
after
this
one
out
of our
loud.
children was born. And many of us know just how dark some of those thoughts get.
And?
So yeah, this is gonna be one of the most significant trials of your lifetime.
Okay. At least she's dumb enough to put this on the internet so she can be avoided. If you see yourself in a woman who strangled her 3 children to death, there is something horribly wrong with you. Had to walk a dog. We've moved away from the breast milk. Yes, now we're just on the women being crazy. Surprise! We're here to repeal the 19th. Motherfuckers. Sorry, that would actually be so funny. Welcome to stream. No matter what stress I've been under, I've never been in the mindset of offing three small children. Okay, then this is interesting. This Kylie Jane Kremer said, I'm going to lose followers for this, but I don't care. 48 hours ago, so this is another Candace Owens. 48 hours ago, I believed Lindsay Clancy killed her children. Then I started actually watching the trial. Now I have serious doubts and the defense hasn't even begun. By every account, Lindsay adored her children. Even her anxiety centered around protecting them and fear of leaving them. She was struggling and asking for help, yet Patrick fired the nanny. Patrick told his parents not to come help just 2 days before the deaths, and he continued traveling while she deteriorated. Then there are the questions I can't ignore. The computer searches assumed were Patrick's. Medications Lindsay had turned over to Patrick to dispose of were later found in her system. Her writings included fears of someone else harming the children. First responders testified about finding Patrick sitting on the couch despite 3 dying children. And now questions surrounding another woman, trips, hotels, and the timeline of that relationship deserve scrutiny. So I guess they're trying to say he was cheating on her and that's why he did it. That's what these women are trying to put these pieces together. Patrick is also the source of some of the most incriminating statements attributed to Lindsay, not medical professionals or family members. It was Patrick who said she had thoughts of harming her children and who said that she killed her children. Meanwhile, first responders stated that she wasn't even able to speak because of her severe injuries, including her body temperature of 82 degrees. I could go on and on about the various discrepancies coming out in court. None of this proves what happened that night. That's precisely my point. Why wasn't every possibility thoroughly investigated? Why wasn't Patrick investigated? Lindsay was charged just 21 hours after the first responders got to her home and the case was closed. This isn't about defending Lindsay or accusing Patrick. Well, yeah, it is, so don't be a worm. It's about the 3 murdered children who deserve the truth. I don't know for certain what happened, but neither does anyone else on the internet. After watching the Commonwealth's own case, I don't understand how anyone can claim there are no questions left to ask. The defense hasn't even begun. And then we've got this thread right here. I think this is the same one that I have here. Let me see. This girl, Mandy, said she pleaded not guilty in response. Mandy said she pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. That is an affirmative defense. That means you affirm or acknowledge you physically committed the crime, but you're not criminally culpable. Lindsay and her defense are not disputing that she did it, nor is that what is on trial. Why do you think people are upset by the prosecution presenting the autopsy information during the trial and call it cruel? Because they aren't trying to prove she committed the crime. You guys really need to learn the difference between pleading not guilty as opposed to not guilty by reason of insanity. And then she put a screenshot. Yes, not guilty by reason of insanity, NGRI, is an affirmative defense by excuse in criminal law where the defendant admits to the physical act of the crime but argues they lacked the mental capacity or criminal intent due to severe mental disease or defect or whatever. And then she said here, wait, didn't I have it right here? Oh, in case you missed it, so same thing. He said they will bring their evidence in front of the jury that shows that she killed these children, but I suggest to you that the issue for consideration is what was going on in that woman's mind. Sure sounds like a concession to the act of killing the children to me and most other sane people. So that's the situation. No way, Lila Rose too. She's always been subversive in regard to feminism, but that's crazy even for her. Oh, I didn't see that. Hold on. How did I miss that? The most painful defense toward Lindsay Clancy for me was to see from Lila Rose of all people. Well, recently I was reading about this. I think there was a study done, and it was how men and women react to people who have done bad things being punished for those things. And like men don't typically feel empathy for people who are punished for doing bad things, but women do still feel empathy for people who are punished for doing bad things. So it's like that overactive suicidal empathy type thing again. Hello, John7237P2Q. Hello, it's going great. It's a great day. We need a VTuber to go over the trial and tell us how much of these women are saying lies. That would be a good idea. I have to look into it. Ven can do it and become a true crime VTuber. Ugh, a true crime VTuber. I'll have to put on my magnifying glass and my sleuthing hat. Ven, let's have a compromise. Women can vote, but only if she's a Christian fundamentalist who believes in a literal 6-day creation and watches Answers in Genesis. Welcome to Whiplash VTubing. Ven is our host, and today we'll be covering big corpo poisoning babies and then swapping over to people strangling them. You're welcome. Just an average day in the Ven den, everyone. Watching the trial, I think, would fall under lawtism VTubing. Oh, is that a thing? I haven't even heard of that before. Okay, I think this is the last thing I'm going to wrap up with for today. I wanted to watch this, Can the Gospel Survive Historical Scrutiny? But it is 36 minutes, so I'll probably watch it on another stream by Wes Huff. If you haven't, Wes Huff did, he's doing a lecture series with the Peterson Academy, and it's on the historical reliability of the Bible. I'm pretty sure, I don't know the exact phrasing, but that's like the essence. I just started listening to it the other day. I think there's 2 episodes out so far, and they're an hour, but I really like Wes Huff. He's very well read and has a lot of really good information, especially if people are wondering, like, how can we even rely on these things historically? Isn't history, made up or skewed or lost or whatever? So highly recommend you check that out, and then I will probably put this on a future stream. I'm gonna end stream with this video from Midwest Safety, just for a bit more of a relaxed one. I guess we're on the topic of women gone wild today. This video shows the arrest of a published children's author. I wonder if she's a wokey. She threatened to sue us if we released it, but hey, they released it anyways. We are publishing it because her alleged conduct is a matter of clear public interest. So let's change the title of stream to WAHMEN Gone Wild Today. Crazy moms, toxic formula, and authors. I don't know. Sounds good to me. We'll do that. WAHMEN Gone Crazy. I think I spelled WAHMEN the right way. Okay. I'm trying to make a habit of actually updating my stream title. Turns out women were always wild. It's not an untrue fact. Okay, that was a pretty quick snapping succession. Secession? Whatever. You get the point. This video, I already read that. Okay, let's watch. This one is about 17 minutes.
Her alleged conduct is a matter of clear public interest. She is presumed innocent.
But she's probably not.
I need to go down to the river.
Yep.
Can you follow me there?
Okay, I'll go down to the river with you.
Down the river and through the woods. Are you reacting? I'm reacting. Hello, Iranian Supreme Leader. I'm reacting.
As officers begin to follow the woman down the road to figure out what in the world is going on, she frantically runs a red light.
She just ran the red light. I'm behind her. I'm gonna try to stop her so she stops driving like...
Okay, why do you guys tell me that I'm blasting your ears with this, with the volume up so high? Oh, she's got a minivan and she's not afraid to use it.
Crazy. Stop!
Stop! I saw this yesterday. Prepare for maximum entitlement. Speeding on a red light, probably a rodeo queen. Pretty loud. Hello, Wolf Lady. Hello, McDean. Welcome to chat. Did we already watch this? No, I have not watched this. Ah, my ears. I mean, no worries. Your ears will get stronger. Suffering produces character, Cosmic. We had to play it over 9,000 volume.
What are you doing?
Ace of Spades gifted YouTube memberships. Why did that not come up on my other thing? Thank you, Ace of Spades. That's so kind. I appreciate you. Ace of Spades, everybody clap for him. Thank you, Ace of Spades. Holy poop, Mr. Moneybags. Thank you. Oh, why can't I heart that? Anyhow. What was I gonna say? I have no idea. I don't know. We're just gonna keep listening. Sorry, forgot my my dialogue. what am I saying? I don't know. It's almost 6 o'clock where I am. I've been up for like 13 hours at this point. Is that more than usual? I don't know. Seems like a long day. Anyhow.
Please go down to the river.
We are, ma'am.
You can't be driving.
We are
like
trying.
that.
Please go down right now.
If you cause a crash, though,
Yeah.
you're gonna get yourself
dead in the river right now. You're gonna all be dead.
What? What did she just say? What about the river? Why is she screaming at them? What's going on?
I have all the police here. I'm trying to get them to go to see if Peter's in the river.
Very good. I have oil money, sadly only in cash. I can't send it. Well, thanks for the thought. Thank you, Ace, for the gifts.
We're trying. Give us a minute, okay?
You can't be driving like that.
It's coming in hot and heavy.
This is my husband's location right now. Okay?
It's not in the water.
He was in the middle of the water. You need to go down. Someone go down there right now. I will not get back in my car. I swear to God. I will stand right here. But go down there right now.
I'm going now.
What is she worried about? Does she think her husband is like offing himself or that he fell in the river or what?
Hey, right now. Go down there right now, please. Oh my God. This is a big deal, okay?
What did she say? I'm missing. What is she freaking out about? I don't understand.
Trying. Give us a minute, okay?
You can't be driving like that.
This is my husband's location right now. Okay?
It's not in the water.
I don't understand.
He was in the middle of the water. You need to go
He
down.
lost his job. Okay, so she's worried that he's gonna hurt himself?
Go down there right now. I will not get back in my car. I swear to God. I will stand right here.
He was supposed to
But
meet
go
his
down.
friend at a bar. Okay. I mean, I empathize with the freak out, but yes, she's out of control of her emotions. But that is kind of a stressful circumstance. But I'm not justifying driving in a way that can hurt other people.
There right now.
I'm going now.
Man is trying to relax and fish because this is what's back at home.
Right now. Go down there right now, please. Oh my God. This is a big deal, okay? Okay, can I pull up?
No. Nope. Just stay right here.
Her freaking out is actively stopping them from actually doing what she's asking. Yeah, that seems true.
33 records. Can I get the male's name, please?
Iranian Supreme Leader, all his money in cash. I just noticed that guy. That's a hilarious bit. Yeah.
Okay, now he's moving. Can you see? He's right there. Please, now he's moving, okay?
Okay.
You don't understand, man. I was just worried about his life. He said it was in the middle of the river. He just quit his job 4 hours ago. We have 3 little kids. He's very scared. And when I saw that, he said he was meeting with his coworker to try to get him to come and be his secretary. When I saw it in the middle of the river, I was really...
Wait, was that her husband? But fine. So she's kind of like, whoa, what is going on with my tab? Did that say it was her husband right there?
Man, I was just worried about his life. He said it was in the middle of the river. He just quit his job 4 hours ago. We have 3 little kids. He's very scared. And when I saw that, he said he was meeting with his coworker to try to get him to come and be his secretary. When I saw it in the middle of the river, I was really scared for him. Okay, nothing is wrong with me.
10-4. I'm gonna be down by the boat docks at the end of Louisiana.
And we're not faulting, we're not taking anything away from this, but you cannot be running red lights.
Okay, I get it.
What if somebody hits you and you get into a really bad accident?
I get it. But if my husband's dead, I don't
Stop yelling!
Is she right though, or is the husband totally fine and she's just nuts? I have a feeling that the husband is totally fine and this is like a fear gone amok, like an untempered fear, or she got this idea in her head and she's run away with it, like a paranoia. But I don't know.
God!
I understand you're upset. You do not need to cause a scene. Where was he supposed to go?
Clear 10 o'clock,
Hi, guys. We're looking for a male by the name of Peter. Huh? I don't know. I don't think so. His wife is freaking out. Apparently his phone is pinging down here somewhere.
You want to go down there with him? Walk around.
Ma'am. Where was he supposed to go?
Stop, you motherfuckers. Creds.
Supposedly he's in a suit and a tie.
Haven't seen that. Nope. Saw like a homeless-looking man with a dog.
Okay.
Saw a woman with a skanky-looking tank top on.
savage. Karen's a skanky looking tank top.
That way to the bathrooms. Think he could have used a porta potty a lot, dropped his phone over there?
Maybe. I'll go look over there.
Where's your license at? Is your body
You have my license on me, okay? You can take me in, for God's sake!
Turn around. Okay.
She's one mouthy little female dog, skanky ass. So the one was a lot prettier than this one.
Absolutely. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You did not do that. 36. Bring up that female detention. She just hit me.
Okay, well, we're having an issue with the wife up top, so I gotta go up there. If you happen to see anybody in a suit and tie, can you send them our way, please?
What is your problem? We are trying to help you.
You weren't listening to me.
You weren't talking. We told you to stop. You wouldn't stop.
Over there, I said, please go to the river.
What do you think he's doing? He's down there. He's looking.
You guys are the biggest fools I've ever met in my life.
Sit down. We got her phone still? Yeah, sorry.
You do not do that. I had to talk to her like a bad dog. Yeah.
Sir. Do we even know who she is? No, we don't have her ID yet.
Keep looking for this gentleman.
Got her keys in her purse over here. She said she didn't have her license on her.
No, we're over the excusable. Now I'm trying to help your friend. So what came over there?
It broke.
Yeah, because I was trying to...
Okay. Somebody said
There's
he's
nobody
on
down
a
there.
love boat. Is he like having an affair? Is that what's going on?
No
Or is that
vehicles
just your
down there.
idea?
So her thing is that this is her husband. Her husband quit his job today, has not made any suicidal threats or any threats that she will tell me. Phone is pinging in the river.
So that's sketchy.
We're supposed to be at Swig
That she'd be acting this way if he literally hasn't said anything about that.
meeting a coworker, which we tried to tell her he's not there, and then she took off.
It looked like his phone was pinging, moving towards the yacht club is what it looked like. Yeah, we can continue to look for him. Anything in this parking lot? I haven't checked yet. It was on
Juicy,
Denali,
probably
right?
just having a beer.
Nothing.
Do you guys need me to search her, pat her down?
Yeah, probably. Just give me a minute. I'm a little...
Cops are actually pretty professional.
Have we figured out who she is yet?
They seem to like understand her circumstance if what she was saying was true and start trying to get information and start trying to actually do what she was asking them to do. But then she freaked the fuck out because they weren't doing it in the way she wanted them to do it.
Yeah, where is she?
Ergo, making the situation even worse.
Yeah, which car? Hi. What's your last name? First name?
Kristen, Kristin.
She looks
unbelievable.
Like, you're not going to scream in my face.
And then she won't give it any details to the call. Like, you're calling for check safety, but you don't want to stop to at least
And
talk.
it's like you're insulting us to say, hey, you're this, you're that. You're not giving us anything to go off of.
Right, like how serious of an emergency is it if you have time to stop and insult the cops that you literally need to help you solve the problem?
My husband quit his job around 4 o'clock. His father and I went to his office and we helped him get all of his boxes. So when we were leaving the parking lot, he instructed that he was going to get drinks with Jason, someone that he works with at Swig, and that he was going to try to get Jason, who is his assistant, to see if he would want to come with us and be his assistant as he started this new business venture. So I went home, making dinner for my kids. I started getting a really bad feeling, and we share locations with each other so that we can know where each other's at and if he's coming over dinner. It was in the middle of the river. I really tried to stay calm, but I got down here as fast as I could because...
So you haven't talked to him?
He wouldn't answer his call. I literally started to have a panic attack. I drive here as fast as I can, and I thought, I'm going to call the cops because they can help me. So I pulled up to Swing, and I was on the dispatcher. I told them what Peter looked like. And that when officer was outside, he said, is he in there? And he goes, no. And I told the cop, I'm like, please follow me. He's like, no, you can't. We need more information. I'm like, he's 6'3". I'm like, he's in a suit and tie. And I'm like, I can't wait. I need to get down there. They pulled in front of me, and I thought they were going to help me. And I got out of my car, and they pushed me to the ground, and they said, get in your... Okay, let me rewind.
That is not how the story went.
Treating me like a crazy person. They said, get back in your car. I'm like, I can't. Can we please go down there? And they're like, you can't. You just ran a red light. I'm like, you're not listening to me. My husband could be in the river. He was like...
should have called the police in the first the first place.
You're like, and then they started.
He was like, no.
Telling me that they're gonna cuff me, and so I just hit him. I don't know. I just felt like he was.
Oh my God.
He was being such a. Like I was like, please. I'm like, I just want to see it. And this is when I punched him because I was like, can you please try? I'm like, officer. Yes. I said, I'll stay right here. Can you please go down and see if my husband's in the river? He said something that was so mean that I just lost him. And then they just pushed me to the ground and like sat on me. I'm not crazy.
So
I'm not.
You're just concerned for the safety of your husband.
Yes,
I'm not crazy. I'm just a little bit unwell, and I'm kind of a psycho wife.
Fine. Very clear.
Okay. All right. Give me a second, okay?
Hello, you Pete?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. Is everything okay?
Well, not exactly. Your wife is in custody right now. She was worried about you.
Imagine being Pete on the day you quit your job to start a new business venture, and your wife is now in custody for assault on a police officer. Probably not the right way to start out a new business venture.
She's in custody?
Yes. She struck one of the officers while we were trying to look for you.
Oh my God. What happened?
We were trying to get some information out of her about where you were at because your phone was pinging in the river, so she thought you were in the river.
You might not have a wife. That would be a twist.
So we were trying to find you.
Yeah,
She's pretty attractive, not attractive enough that I don't feel bad for the guy.
I was literally meeting.
Yeah. So she wasn't listening when we were trying to...
Is she okay?
She's okay, yeah. She's just in custody right now.
Okay.
Okay, we were trying to find you and make sure you were okay.
I literally just had a wonderful dinner. I don't know why. So where is she at?
She's in the patrol car. She's going to be taken to a temporary holding facility here pretty soon and be booked.
Why would she be booked? Just
because she struck one of the officers. She's under arrest for assaulting an officer right now.
I'm sorry that I have like disbelief on my face, but like
I mean, I don't mean to
I'm just
bring you bad news.
I'm just first off, she's okay though.
She is okay, yes.
Okay, so like how did she get arrested? How did you guys even know I was like here?
And she must have given her phone to
Well, it's kind of a long story.
one of the other officers. We were using your location to just find you where you're at right now.
I know, I was sitting in the right over there.
Yeah, she said you were supposed to be at Swig and she couldn't find you at Swig.
Well, because it's closed.
That was her problem, and she was freaking out because your phone was showing your location.
Just the guy trying to go to work and start a new business for his family. And this is what he has to deal with.
Can I answer?
In the middle of the river.
Can I? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Poppy. I am at exactly where I was supposed to be. Oh my God. And I'm talking. Yeah, I'm with two officers. Kristen's arrested right now. I was sitting at the 5th Street pub. Okay. All right.
We did, because she was out here and we didn't know where you were at.
She writes children's books, everybody.
We did contact the police where your house is to make contact to make sure your children weren't just left at home by themselves.
But I don't understand like why the location and like why would like isn't this like just a misunderstanding? Like, do you think?
Yeah, it was a misunderstanding.
That she was like scared that for my well-being.
Yeah.
But she punched an officer.
That's exactly what it was.
So, like, is there any way that we could just not have her booked and arrested? Like, is there any...
Just saying, this is why she is the way that she is. Because clearly, she goes through life without consequence. And now she's facing daddy justice for the first time.
We're past that. We're past that
Really?
point.
I don't know what already happened.
Unfortunately, she struck an officer.
Who did she... She's...
So we'll try to get her, booked in as quickly as possible.
So she's going to be arrested?
Yes.
Preach, wait till you meet her mom. Oh no, this is a whole family affair?
Okay.
Just to let you know that your phone died. I just set it up there for you, okay? All right, give us a few minutes. He's been located, okay? You're welcome.
Well, if she finds out that he's fine, she might calm down enough to book her.
I told her.
Can you and Renazi book her?
Two
faces that calm her down. Could you please? I did bring you water.
Heaven forbid a woman learn that hitting people has consequences.
Gee,
You're supposed to learn that in kindergarten, everyone.
All right, Kristen. You're going to come with me. You're going to go in my car, and I'm going to explain to you what's going on once we get you to my car. Good with that? All right.
Get ready for the new children's book, Follow Me to the River by Kristen McCarronson.
Did they tell you anything? No. That I'm going to be the bearer of bad news. I know you're going to get a traffic citation.
But he's okay, right? My husband's not in the river. Okay.
He's okay.
I mean, honestly,
He's
I go to jail, like, okay.
over by 5th Street Pub. That's where we found him.
Thank you,
Yeah, he's okay. He's all right. You're also going to go down to jail, okay?
Okay.
And you're going to get booked on a couple charges. I don't know what they are yet, but I will let you know shortly.
Well, I can't imagine
but they
it's
are,
gonna
I
be
believe
good.
it's
At least she loves him.
obstructing an assault on a police officer since you punched that officer, okay?
So this is what she does after she finds the guy in finance. 6'5", blue eyes, then you ruin his life, apparently is what she did.
Honestly, I don't even
It's sweet in an insane way, yeah.
remember doing it. I'm really sorry. By the way, I never in a million years imagined that I would ever even be capable of doing this. I just want you to know that I am very sorry. Is there video footage?
As far as?
It's evidence of probing me and just...
Yeah, I mean, everything's recorded. Like, so we have body cams on. We have cameras in the cars. So I am going to get you down there, and then we'll go from
Love the cop trying to bribe his fellow officer with water to do the booking.
Okay.
You have any other questions for me?
No. All
right.
Not expecting this.
I know. I'm sorry to put this on you, and it's just an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, I do kind of get that. Like, she's insane, but the endearment of, like, she loves him so much. She's so into this guy that she's like, I will literally punch a cop to find you if you don't say where you said that you were, because I better be able to find you on this planet.
Right now. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, officer.
No problem.
After Kristen is transported to jail for booking, her therapist shows up at the police department, and she's not happy.
Hello, ma'am.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. I was told you want to speak with the supervisor.
I do. So I own the therapist practice right across the street. Kristen is my client. I got a very distressing phone call from her.
Mm-hmm.
She thought her husband was in the river. I tried
It's kind of weird that she called the therapist instead of the police about thinking her husband was in the river.
to call back. Crazy. I was walking my dog then, and I saw the van. I didn't even know it was her. Clearly, she was in fight-flight mode, thinking her husband was dying.
Oh, therapist, I thought it was her mom.
Okay.
I don't know if that has any kind of influence at all, but I will attest to I got the phone call. If your spouse you thought was going down to the river, you would do anything you could to get down there.
Okay. It's an it's a pending investigation, so I can't say anything about it right now.
Sure.
But her actions tonight is what led to her arrest. Okay. Actions have consequences.
She hit a police officer.
Okay. So I can't give you.
Yeah, like the traffic citation wouldn't have been that big of a deal if she ran a red light. Anybody would understand somebody like running red lights to try to get, if they thought somebody they cared about was going to kill themselves. Like, I don't think that would be, she wasn't even going that fast, right? But like, she didn't have to hit the police officer that was trying to help her.
Information on the call. She's going to jail tonight. She will talk with the judge tomorrow. If you want a report, you can come in, you can get a copy. You can ask for a copy of it. It's public record. It might not be complete tomorrow, but you can at least come down and ask and get that process going. Okay?
She's not happy. She said, I knew it was going to be like this.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, the distress call that I got.
And I understand she called us and we were...
I'd swing if whatever I needed to do if I thought my loved one was in the river.
Okay.
It's called fight-flight mode. It's called... Man, this is why I do what I do with first responders. But this world needs to understand. I think...
Oh my god. This is the problem. Like, okay, and a murderer could say the same thing. They were in fight or flight mode. They just got upset about a situation. Like, what the fuck is this argument?
Something's really wrong here. But I appreciate you coming out and talking.
Have a good night.
About 45 minutes later, Kristen's husband shows up at the police department.
Hi, officer. How you doing, sir? I'm Officer Laura. I'm the officer in charge tonight.
Were you the one that got struck?
It was not me. It was one of my other guys. You know the situation, right? So she was looking for you.
Yeah.
She's extremely frantic. Wasn't stopping to talk with us, like, at all. Calling us motherfuckers, holes, pricks, the works. We told her she needed to calm down and kind of explain so that we could get some information.
For a moment, I thought she was going to hit him. Imagine the therapist also hits the cop. Husband here to try to clean up her mess and plead with them.
To find you.
I was literally sitting here.
Down at Fifth Street Pub,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So we were able to locate you once we started pinging your phone. So at that point, because she's causing a scene and everything, it falls under what's called disorderly conduct.
Okay.
So she's going to be
Like, this
detained
has been a
when
long
my
day
officers
for
went
her.
to do that. She pulled away and she used her phone and struck my other officer multiple times in the chest with it.
Uh-oh.
So, based on that, she's being charged with disorderly conduct with persistence, and she's being charged with assault of a peace officer. The assault of a peace officer is a felony. She has to go to jail. We don't have a choice on that when it comes to felonies. We can't just.
Is the officer okay?
He's all right. I don't know. You guys like use Life 360 or something?
No, just Apple iPhone.
Oh, just Apple iPhone?
Yeah,
Okay. It was pinging down by the river. We get that a lot. Even if you're close, for some reason, a lot of times it pings a little bit farther north. That's where we're at right now.
I know you said there's no way that she's coming home tonight. She's gonna
Not
stay
tonight. She'll have to meet with the judge tomorrow before she'll be allowed out. So.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Thanks for coming out. All right.
According to court records, this suspect, 38-year-old Kristen, was cited for failure to obey traffic control and subsequently charged with felony assault on a peace officer, obstructing official business, and disorderly conduct. She is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
As soon as Kristen was in the patrol car and things settled down,
He doesn't seem to be pleading or cleaning up. Might be seeing a break. A little break.
officers were able to get the information they needed and locate her husband almost immediately. And don't get me started on the therapist. Fight or flight
I
is a
thought the husband handled that okay.
natural response to stress or danger, but it doesn't excuse yelling profanity, calling people vulgar names, or physically
She did not
attacking
need to hit
someone.
him.
We've all
The
experienced
red lights were excusable, to be honest, in the circumstance. It was the all the other decisions she made after the vote.
adrenaline, but we don't all start punching people because of it. A therapist's job is to help people develop healthy, nonviolent ways of coping with stress,
excuse
not
their
defend violent behavior.
Yeah.
After producing this video, the author had several comments to say to us,
Did she type them out and like send them from her publisher?
including threatening to sue us if the video was released.
My
number should not be tied to this because there is legal implications of protecting my family against a video that was illegally released with
It's not illegally released, but okay.
personal information and then manipulated online without full context of the story, or cops that are actually under investigation themselves for how this was handled.
She learned nothing.
Tell me about what's the legal concern? You said lawsuit.
This is absolutely ground for a lawsuit, and you will be hearing from my lawyer.
No, it's not.
You cannot publish an article about me and my family about a fake video online
Okay.
It's not fake.
from a year ago.
The video is fake. What's fake about the video?
It is clipped together. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. You're gonna be hearing from my lawyer.
Okay.
Okay, and is there anything that's
That was a good one. That was actually super entertaining. I liked that. Fake video of body cam.
Think safety.
Whoa, excuse me. Women stop gaslighting. Yeah, exactly. He ain't pleading for her because he knows how she acts and knows he can't do anything since she struck the officer. Body cam, women, there was a body camera. Literally, there was a body camera. What an idiot. Crazy. I don't know why I went to that screen. I never use that screen. I probably should start using this screen more and add my background. Just look how big the chat is. Why don't I do that? What's even my background? Hold on. I want to see if I can change this. If I have my chat, sorry, I've just decided that I want to do this right now while you guys are here. If I have my chat, I should be able to just take it. Can I? And then I should be able to just copy and paste it over here. Oops. Hold on. Oh, God, why does it look like that? Okay, look at us. We're so official. Look at those big, look at, I wish I could put my hand up because then I could like, look at me. I'm reading all the chat on the side right there. It's so official and so legitimate. Anyhow, these sound like the types that pushed for the body cams because they blamed police for everything. I feel like this chat needs to go on the other side. Doesn't this need to go over here so it looks like I'm looking at the right direction? Probably. Yeah, that looks more legit. Now we're too legit to quit, everyone. You're looking away from chat. Yeah, I have to look this way. There we go. There we go. That looks more legitimate. Although my notifications aren't on this side. So I actually need to go back here. Sorry. My other notifications are not over here. My YouTube overlay, well, I could probably just copy and paste it. Sorry, we're just doing, you guys are getting a behind the scenes situation, okay? I can take this. I can do this. Yes, your eyeballs will probably hurt. Okay, now we're legit. Anyhow, Technatrix. Exactly, I'm getting up on all my technical skills. She's such a pro streamer. Wow, suddenly, wow. She's pro maxing. Yeah. Okay, scuff. It's not scuff. It's called authenticity behind the scenes content. This is exclusive content, Raw. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm changing my scenes around. I'm perfecting everything, and you guys are getting a bird's eye view into that. Okay. Anyway, this was great. I love this new streaming schedule. I hope my voice can keep up with it because this just made Mondays so much more fun, didn't it? I'll have to update my schedule, but I'm planning, hopefully, on also doing another stream on Wednesday where we'll see if there's anything good to react to or like stuff that I didn't get to today, and also playing some Destiny. And yeah, that'll be exciting. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and then most likely I will see you on Wednesday for the next stream. So this has been Venatrix, and if you like this kind of stream, don't forget to like, subscribe, join the Discord. There's lots of fun things in there. It's the best Discord ever. I love it. And what else? Like, subscribe, share, follow on X for my announcements and all the good things. And thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for all the gifted subs and the gifted channel memberships and everything. You guys are so generous. You're so generous. And I appreciate you. And I love coming back to stream with you. So yay for more streams. Okay, see you all soon. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.
Every breath feels heavy when the truth is treated like a crime. Living honest in a world that forces you to toe the line. They twist the words, they sell the fear. They keep the masses blind. But deep inside the fire's growing, and it's burning through my mind.